Burned CD stack, now he hits go live and the room fades black. Comment wars flare in the scrolling bar.
What's up, everybody?
On who we are. Then a thought hits quick like a locker slam. What if I just play the songs that raise this man?
Donnie,
spin that track.
Eddie's going back.
96 posters on his bedroom wall.
Bum, bum, bum.
All that teenage in a one-car garage. Now it's echoing through a common hall. Donnie spin that track.
Hey.
Still on the floor, laid back on the marches to the throwback. Same voice, same head, just a different plan. Camera light on, but the mood turned off. We'll argue later, clocking out. Pulled up a playlist from his dusty brain drawer.
How are y'all doing today?
And he's 16 once more. Friday night.
How's everybody doing today?
That one slow song, she twisted his hair. Now the chat types, yo, I remember this too. And the whole world shrinks to a gym in 02.
Donnie, spin that track.
Eddie's going back. Baggy jeans, mixtape in his mom's old car. Big dreams drawn on a notebook page. Like the world wasn't
Quite so far.
Donnie,
Spin that track. I like the song that David made for us, even though I like the song.
He's still that kid, just a better mic. Still trying to say what's wrong, what's right. Some nights debate, some nights rewind. Either way,
we're gonna start doing some
speaking his
debates.
mind.
Donnie,
Spin that track. Eddie's going back.
All right. How's your guys' day going? How's your Thursday? It's Thursday already. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday. Enjoying it, having a little fun, doing what you guys like to do. All right, let's get started with the news. All right, holy crap. 20 hotels in California were just caught for a huge birthright citizen fraud scheme where people illegally come from China just to give birth. Then they use a hotel as a maternity hotel. Clients charge up to $80,000 bucks. You know, I've heard about this before, and I may know somebody who has been part of this. I'm going to have to look into this some more. But let's watch the video.
Federal agents swooping in this morning to raid what they are calling maternity tourism rings. The ring helps pregnant women, most of them in this area from China, illegally travel to the U.S. to give birth to American babies.
Okay, first off, that doesn't make sense. Helps women, mostly from this area, travel from China. How are they from this area if they're traveling from China? Just saying.
NBC4's Hetty Chang has more from Orange County.
Just after sunrise, they are ready to roll. Our cameras are there as dozens of federal investigators storm into the Carlisle apartment.
Wait a minute, she just said in Orange County. I interviewed a guy a couple years ago, and I made some videos for him because he was running for office. And later on, he told me stuff like this. He got in trouble for stuff like this. And he's in Orange County. I wonder if he's part of this.
It's in Irvine.
If you come here in the evening, you see all the pregnant women walking around.
Investigators say this building and at least 20 other locations they raided in LA, Orange, and San Bernardino counties double as maternity hotels.
People who come from China to the United States for the sole purpose.
Federal agents swooping in this morning to raid what they are calling maternity tourism rings. The ring helps pregnant women, most of them in this area from China, illegally travel to the U.S. to give birth to American babies. Right, NBC4's Hetty Chang has more from Orange County.
Just after sunrise, they are ready to roll. Our cameras are there as dozens of federal...
I'm pretty sure, because this sounds very familiar. Hold on. There's no public record of him. Faced law enforcement attention, but only for... Okay, never mind. But I've been told that this guy was doing that too. That's kind of scary, you know, about, you know, thinking about that. And the other point is, he gave me some information, me and Ben Berkholm, some information that, well, yeah, Would be crazy. What's up, Siri dog? You're going to Orange County tomorrow, huh? What you doing in Orange County? All right, here we go. So Donald J. Trump, I guess he got a itch up his butt last night in the middle of the night about Bruce Springsteen, and let's be real, Bruce Springsteen is just a stupid liberal idiot, right? So he wrote last night in the middle of the night, bad and very boring singer Bruce Springsteen, who looks like a dried up prune who has suffered greatly from the work of a really bad plastic surgeon, has long had a horrible and incurable case of Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. The guy is a total loser who spews hate against the president who won a landslide election, including a popular vote, all 7 swing states, and 86% of counties across America. Under Sleepy Joe and the Dems, our country was dead. Now we have the hottest country by far, anywhere in the world. MAGA should boycott his overpriced concerts, which suck. Save your hard-earned money. America's back. President Donald J. Trump. And you know, this is really funny. Some of these are funny. I was left with no choice but to move to the UK because of Donald Trump's. Oh, what they did is, so they made Ellen DeGeneres morph into Bruce Springsteen, so they could have all, you know, a little combo going on there. Oh man, oh, that's even funnier. He is a little bitch, isn't he? He is a little bitch. You know what's? I like a couple of his songs, but I just don't want to play him anymore. What are some of his songs? Let's see. What are some Bruce Springsteen's songs? Born to Run, Dancing in the Dark. That one's decent. Born in the USA, yeah. The Glory Days I like. These are the 2 that I like. Born in the USA, The Glory Days. But, that, you know, I play music at night sometimes, and I refuse to play him anymore. This has been going on for a while because he just has such bad Trump derangement syndrome. And Donnie's out there barking again. I just went and checked on him a few minutes ago. If he got him so stuck again already, I'm not going to be too happy. Because I called him into the house, and he didn't come. You live off that can't get matter. I live out there, can't get. Gotcha. All right, Iran rhetoric just escalated hard. Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi shared an emotional message about sacrifice war and millions of Iranians ready to take up arms to defend the country, framing it as a nation that doesn't just talk but bleeds for survival. Yeah, I have a tough time believing that. Most of their citizens are happy that we're invading them and taking them to war. Their citizens aren't going to stand up for them. I mean, like, people stick up for Democrats, yeah, and people are, but there's not the whole, I would say maybe a quarter of the country might feel that way, not the whole country. Then Iran's parliament speaker fired back with a much shorter, sharper line. You come for our home, you meet the whole family. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, same thing here. Iran is projecting unity, readiness, and a warning. Any attack won't face a government. It'll face our entire country. Blah, blah, blah. These guys, we've totally taken out most of their issues. Most of their their military we've taken out. I think it's going to end pretty soon. And I wrote, is this genuine unity or desperate propaganda? I think it's desperate propaganda, if you ask me. I think it's just desperate propaganda. Just desperation. Desperado. So President Trump is planning to fully fund ICE and CBP support staff, filling the gap left by the Senate Thune-Schumer bill until reconciliation passes by June 1st per Bill Lagoon. Great. Once again, President Trump is stepping up where Congress has failed. Let's see what they're saying here.
Question is on the motion.
Gotta check on Donnie real quick.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The motion is agreed to.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I understand that there is a bill at the desk that is due for a second reading.
The leader is correct. The clerk will read the title of the bill for a second time.
S 4277, a bill to make appropriations for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Mr. President, in order to place the bill on the calendar under the provisions of Rule 14, I would object to further proceeding.
Objection is heard, so the item will be placed on the calendar under Rule 14.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it adjourn to then convene for pro forma session only, with no business being conducted on the following dates and times: Monday, April 6th at 1 p.m., Thursday, April 9th at 12 noon. Further, when the Senate adjourns on Thursday, April 9th, it stand adjourned until 3 p.m. on Monday, April the 13th, that following the prayer and pledge, the morning hour be deemed expired, the journal of proceedings be approved today at the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day, morning business be closed, and Senate proceed to executive session and resume consideration of executive calendar number 672, John Shepard. Finally, that the cloture motions filed on Friday, March 27th, ripen at 5:30 p.m.
Without objection.
Mr. President, if there is no further business to come before the Senate, I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order.
The Senate stands adjourned.
Yeah, what a joke. You know, our Senate is just a joke anymore. I mean, Dune messed it all up. I wish Dune wasn't, you know, and heading up our Senate. I really don't. You know, he can't even get the Save America Act passed. All he had to do was do a standing filibuster, but no, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. What a joke this guy is, you know, and people are still standing up for him. I hope he's done and over with. I really do. I really do. The door just moved. The ghosts are around. All right, it's official. The Artemis 2 astronauts have now hit high Earth orbit and will be making preparations to surge to the moon. You know, they're going around the moon. Why aren't we going on the moon again? That's what I don't get. Why are we just going around the moon? Are we going around the moon to just see if maybe China has a base out there? Because, you know, there are those conspiracy theorists who say that there is Chinese bases on the backside of the moon that we don't really get to see. It's a possibility. I think that's what they're looking for.
It's so good to see you this morning, and great to see the astronauts up in high Earth orbit. They're going to be spending most of the day conducting checks around their Orion spacecraft, making sure that it's ready to go on to the moon. Engineers on the ground are trying to investigate the cause of a very temporary communications problem. It occurred about 51 minutes after launch. For just a couple minutes, the astronaut on the ground assigned to capsule communication had trouble receiving messages from the flight crew. It happened while the spacecraft was switching links from one communication satellite to another, and Mission Control quickly reestablished contact with the crew.
I don't know why we just don't let
they're
SpaceX
secure and they're in
take
great
this over.
spirits. We will continue to monitor their health and the status as we move into the next phase of the Artemis 2 mission. So after a brief 54-year intermission, NASA is back in the business of sending astronauts to the moon.
No, we didn't. We didn't send them to the moon. They're flying around it. Stop saying they went to the moon. They're going around it. You know, like I said, we just need to give SpaceX, we need to get rid of NASA and let SpaceX handle it all. Elon's much better at doing this stuff. All right, Scott Jennings. We love Scott Jennings. Let's see what he's mic dropping tonight, or yesterday maybe.
You just said this was our national security interest.
It is our national security interest.
So then why is the onus on Europe to clean up our mess?
The onus is on Europe to defend themselves, and the onus is on the President of the United States to defend the national security of the United States.
You're not asking Europe to defend
But Western
itself.
civilization is in this together, and these fanatics have missiles that can strike most of Europe, and they have nuclear
I think this is a
material.
disagreement about what alliances are.
Mushy,
You just said this was our national.
Mushy, mushy, goofy. Welcome to the jungle. I'm gonna play some music tonight. I got music in my head. What the heck did I do here? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, so 1 year ago today, but 1 year ago, President Trump announced sweeping tariffs that completely fucked the economy. Since then, and this is from the Democrats, Americans have faced 1 million plus layoffs. Inflation has soared. The job market is the weakest it has been in decades. Trump's economy is a complete and total failure. And so I've been using Grok now to write my replies. And so it says the only thing fucked here is the Democrat narrative. Real talk. Tariffs equal America first. Whose economy is actually failing, and why are they so scared of winning? Drop your hottest take below. Democrats are still crying, completely fucked the economy 1 year later. Meanwhile, manufacturing jobs are exploding. American factories are reopening. We're getting new factories. China finally paying the price, and blue-collar wages are rising. So I don't know what the Democrats are talking about, right? And then, you know, we're going to talk about this later on, but they're trying to trick you, too. They're like, because the other day, oil was at $107 a barrel, and it's over 140. They're talking. There's two different kinds of oil. I forget, but we'll get to it when we get to it. That way I can explain it better. Because oil is right now 107 or some odd dollars a barrel. However, there was a different kind of oil that let's see, cut. Oh, what happened there? I like watching the Whatever podcast. Yes, I do. Especially when Rachel comes on. She likes bitch slapping. Okay, here we go. Let's go cut. What did I do wrong here? Saw that Scott Jennings has a show, but it was kind of lame. Better when he has his own podcast. Goofy. Is that what you're talking about? It's not too good, huh? All right, so the IRGC posted a ballistic missile with Trump, Netanyahu, and Epstein edited on it. Told Trump the Strait is a bigger piece than your mouth. Said his Strait is in Epstein's hands and signed off with the thank you for your attention. Let's see this video here. There's no sound to it? I guess there's no sound to it. It says, thank you to those who, even in America itself, condemn the war waged by criminal gang in the White House against the people of Iran. Oh my gosh. Because this gang continuously assaults our homeland, our citizens, and Iranian interests. We are compelled to expel American forces to defend our people and secure our nation. Yeah, whatever.
It's wrong. You're fired like a pharaoh. Do you know who was Pharaoh? Read the Quran to understand.
What a joke. What a joke. Yeah, diesel should be cheaper. Diesel used to be cheaper. Not anymore. Not anymore, and I gotta pay the price for it. You know, it's funny, when I didn't have a diesel truck, diesel was cheaper. As soon as I get a diesel truck, all of a sudden diesel is more expensive than gas. Don't get it. I don't get why. Right? Everything happens. Like, you know what? A stock will be going up in price, and I'll buy it, and as soon as I buy it, it goes down. People are like, oh, making all kinds of, like, I totally got fucked on AMC stock. And President Trump stock, too. I remember Drunk Uncle was like, Eddie, dude, President Trump stock just went from like $5 to $100. And I was like, oh shit. So I bought it at $100 and then it went down. Just screwed me. I'm just so bad in luck in life. So fucking goofy, the old kids thing. All right, now in our 5th week of the campaign, it is my operational assessment that we are making undeniable progress. We don't see their Navy sailing. We don't see their aircraft flying. And their air and missile defense systems have largely been destroyed, says Admiral Brad Cooper from CENTCOM Commander. Look at all them taking all these little spots here. Dude, they're just taking out little tiny, things now. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. No, I never bought an NFT. Although, so right now, I now have, I asked Grok, I'm like, what stock pays dividends every year? Is within $40 a stock, and they recommended Verizon. And since I've done that, hold on, let me look real quick. Since I bought my Verizon stock, which I have my cell phone is Verizon too, so I'm kind of making money off it. Let me go to Webull. I bought like $400, $200 one month and $200 the next month. And so now I'm up to so I'm up $108.06. I'm up to, actually it says, where am I? How much did I'm at plus $91. $91.89 is my plus since I bought it. So I'm proud of myself. I finally got a stock where I'm making some money off of, and I've gotten dividends already too. I got the dividends already because they do dividends twice a year. I said twice a year. I got some dividends already from it. Too bad I don't have more money to invest in it. All right, oil prices just went crazy. Here we go, talking about oil prices. U.S. crude surged over 10% today and hit $110 a barrel, on track for the highest close since June of 2022. This means talks aren't doing so well. Let's see. So this is from Mario Nawful. Thanks to the Iran mess exploding while strong. It is what it is. Nah. I'm right now. I'm focused on just paying off my credit cards now. I stopped putting money in there. I'm just focused on paying off all my credit cards now because I got things to do. I got plans ahead. I need a new scooter, and the VA is taking forever, and I'm just going through the process. They'll get it eventually. I don't need help on how to get the VA to get me more stuff, and then I need a scooter that also is better for my house, which that the VA won't pay for. So that I got to pay for myself. But that's no big deal. That's why I'm trying to do stuff. I'm going to start putting more stuff on eBay. And if you guys haven't noticed, I do have a new, so, you know, sometimes I don't go and I don't read everybody's chat. Well, if you want your chat to be heard, there is now, there's a link below, and it also pops by. It's called Text to Speech. For 20 bucks a minute, you can donate $1 minimum if you want. And actually, they don't even they only take out 3% compared to YouTube and Rumble taking 30% out. But there's a link right there, streamlabs.com, Eddie Block Films tip. And when you do, it'll automatically read. Like, I can't control it. It'll just automatically read. Watch this.
This is a test donation for $14.
So it'll read it. Like, I can't even stop it from reading it. So if you guys really want your me to read something on here, it's a little way for me to make a little extra do-re-mi, and then you guys can, anyways. So just in, the U.S. House just gabbled in and out after the Senate sent over a DHS funding bill that doesn't include ICE or CBT. This means the Department of Homeland Security shutdown will continue till at least next week. The plan is to send President Trump a bill without ICE CBT, then pass reconciliation, including both agencies via a simple majority in the Senate. This is so stupid how they got to fucking do it. Trump can now likely fund civilian support staff, which are unpaid right now, through executive order, and then fill the gaps in the June 1st. This is fucking bullshit what they're doing. And all these motherfuckers are getting paid.
Plays before the House of Communication.
And nobody's there. They're all on vacation.
I hereby appoint the Honorable Matt Van Epps to act as Speaker Pro Tempore to sign enrolled bills and joint resolutions through the remainder of the 119th Congress. Signed, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Without objection, the appointment is approved.
Where are you at, Mike Johnson?
Pursuant to Clause 13 of Rule 1, the House stands adjourned until 10 a.m. on Monday, April 6th, 2026.
Like, what? Why? Can somebody explain this to me? Why do you need to take off 10 days for Easter vacation? Like, I can see it. You got to go home, spend time with your family, on Easter, right? It's a religious thing. It's all about, God, Jesus rising, up above and stuff, but it's a Sunday. And so, you want to be close to home, right? So you say, okay, you get a 4-day, maybe a 5-day weekend for that. Why do they take off 10 days for that? Why are we paying these people so much money to just make themselves even more money? And all they do is sit on vacation half the time. Like, a lot of them are in Ireland right now, which I will show you later on, because I do have a post about them all, like 10 of them in the same spot in Ireland at some event. So they're getting paid, and I'm sure we paid for their plane tickets over there to visit Ireland. I want to visit Ireland. Don't you want to visit Ireland? I could go find me a hot redhead over there. Bring her back to America. Give her citizenship. Congress should be prorated based on this bill's passed. President votes should be deductions in pay. Ooh, I like that idea. But, the problem is the people who pass these rules are the people that, They pass the rules for themselves. It's just a joke. That's what it is, folks. It's a freaking joke. So NATO update. Spain, France, and Italy, and now Austria have all denied the United States use of their airspace or bases for Iran operations. Spain called it illegal and closed everything. France quietly blocked a weapons flight. Italy denied landing rights, then denied the denial. Austria just made 4. So Trump went to war without telling his allies. His allies are responding by not being allies. You know, I think you're a little wrong in that, Mario. This is such a joke. Why are we in NATO? You know, we're the big ass, power for NATO. We don't get paid for it as much, even close to what we should be getting paid for it. And then they do shit like this. I said we leave NATO. What does NATO do for us? It's a working vacation. Can't spend all the time at DC. They got to spend time at home with their constituents. But being in Ireland is not being with their constituents, Goofy. I get it. They got to be home too. But that is not with their home constituents being in Ireland. It's a vacation. Let's call it what it is. It's a vacation. Just a freaking vacation. You're half Irish, huh? All right, so it's official now. President Trump is planning to swoop in and save ICE and CBP support staff from going unpaid during the Democrat shutdown. The Senate bill doesn't pay them, but Trump reportedly can't execute an order. So let's see what they're talking about here.
Senate bill, and he indicated that on Truth Social. But I just want to go back to your question you asked me in the 7 a.m. hour, Kaylee, which is what about the fact that the Senate bill in page 2, section 4 specifically says zero funding for the civilian workforce of ICE and BP. We're told that the White House could take additional action to fund temporarily in the interim until reconciliation fully funds DHS. We may see that later today.
Willow Pie might be coming
Once
in.
again, President Trump swooping in to save the day. Thank you so much.
And he shouldn't have to come in and swoop in to save the day. And somebody was talking about last night, hey, maybe we should have, what are they saying? My brain's freezing. Oh, they were talking about doing a different, a second, maybe different, getting rid of the current parties and having 2 other parties. Because, we got to have 2 different things, right? And I get it. What's up, Gavin? I get we got to have 2 parties. But let's say you get rid of Republicans and conservative parties, right? And you start up a new one. It's still going to be the same issues. You're still going to have liberals and conservatives, right? So changing the parties isn't going to do anything. And I agree. We do need to have different voices. But the problem with our different voices is nowadays if you're a conservative and you like something that the Democrats do, you're a traitor. If you're a Democrat and you like something that the conservatives do, then you're a traitor. That's not how it should be. I ran for county supervisor in 2020. Okay. And I wasn't in this guy's district, so he was a city council member. He was a cool dude. What's up, Willow? He was a real cool dude, right? And I appreciated his views and his thought out. And while he was Democrat, him and I agreed on a lot of things. And so when I ran for county supervisor, he was in my district because the county supervisor is a lot bigger district than city council. And he actually called me up and asked if he could put my sign in his front lawn. This guy's a Democrat, and he called me and asked to put my sign in his front lawn, and he voted for me. Because he knows that, not everything is black and white. You can't just vote everything Democrat. You just can't vote everything conservative or Republican. You got to vote for what's right for the country. And just voting for whatever one party says, that's not what is right for our country. Not at all. It's just complete insane madness. Willow's in the house. Everybody say hi to Willow. What do you guys think of the start? I'm going to start at 5:30 now. I was starting at 5, but I do stuff around the house. Here's what I do. I do stuff around the house during the day. And around 1 o'clock, I then got to go take a nap. And so I don't fall asleep till normally 2:30 because a lot of times, actually, I do more stuff. So you just hit 3rd like on Rumble. I just hit 3rd like on Rumble. I made it back, but with modding. Thank you, JJ. What's up? I'm glad you're back. You came back around. So we're going to start around 5:30 California time every single night now, this news show. just so I can get it around. Because here's what I do in the morning. So I I have Chase and Cuffs, which is my police court channel. And so I have a video for 8 a.m., a video for 10 a.m., a video for 1 p.m., and a video for 3 p.m. And it's just court cases, police chases, cop people getting arrested, taser, taser, taser. So I work on that in the morning. I work on these. So it takes me a lot of time to get these expos for you guys. So I'm busy doing that. Then I'm like, today I was working on my new trailer. I got to weld up my trailer and stuff. So, that's how it works. Lula says, it's hard to be totally against the other side, but you're right. You must vote for the country, not your pride. That's true, right? That's true. Hey, what's up, C? Yeah, Rumble's so much better, C Reed. It's better over here than YouTube. YouTube sucks, bro. I keep telling you out. Yeah, Bondi is out, definitely. All right, so here we go. Beware Democrat AI regulation that touts safety, but really requires woke AI that censors conservative views. That's what Newsom's AI does. It doesn't surprise me. And I don't even know why they call this Newsom's AI. I mean, it's Facebook and YouTube, right? If Eddie is on after the next live stream I mod tomorrow or this weekend, I will ask to raid you in here. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. What other shows do you watch, JJ? What are you modding? Let us know. Because we're always looking for good stuff around here to watch. I always like hearing different opinions, not just myself talking. All right, so here we go. California's trusted AI order is a blueprint for a censorship weapon. So this is going to be an order. So on March 30th, 2026, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed Executive Order N526, a document he called a trusted AI initiative. I don't trust anything that comes out of that man's mouth. Name one liberal policy that I would support. Man. There's I can't think it offhand. But you know what? When it comes up, I'll tell you, Goofy. Who could oppose trusted AI? The answer, once you read past the branding, is anyone who watched California use regulatory power as a political instrument for the past 2 decades. Remember what last year sometime, who was it, Joe Rogan? They were trying to pass a bill here in California that you couldn't talk bad about political people. Who was that? Was it Joe Rogan? Because he had said something about Gavin Newsom. I forget. Gavin, who were you trying to do that? That's your AI. The order is not primarily about safety. It is about control and the mechanism it established. Deliberately vague, deliberately discretionary, and explicitly designed to shape national marketing behavior. Is one of the most consequential threats to free expression and technological competitiveness. So once again, also, by the way, this guy Amuse, he writes amazing articles. I use Amuse a lot. If you're on X and you're not following Amuse, well then, you got to start following him. Here's why the censorship mechanism becomes concrete. Vendors who want to sell to California must satisfy certifications that will be written and administered by state officials. Those officials were operationalize the order vague standards into content rules, guardrails, and output restrictions, and monitoring requirements. This development of those restrictions will track the ideology, preferences of the administering officials. So you got to be Democrats, but what this thing's saying, right? You support their children's bennies for both parents after birth so that, okay, there you go. Creed said, that's, there are liberal policies that I like, but they're just doing it in the wrong way. Like healthcare. Not healthcare. Taking care of daycare and stuff like that, right? I think parents who work hard and go to work and have to work all day should get some breaks for, putting their kids in daycare, right? But it needs to be regulated a whole lot more. We got to get rid of the fraud. Actually, let me go here for a second. Let's go here for a second. So think about this. Liberal policies can be good for the people, right? They help people out. But they go way too far. And they can be good, right? Like if we got rid of all the fraud, we could afford some more of these policies. Like unemployment, right? If if you get fired to get unemployment, you know, that's a pretty good deal, right? If you get laid off, if you get fired, you shouldn't get unemployment, and I think you're not supposed to, right? The Planned Parenthood stuff, hell no, fuck no. I don't think anybody should be getting free abortion, stuff like that. So that's off the table. You know, I think what we should do is this. Look, nonprofits were set up so that way people could do the work of the government and helping others out. Nonprofits were set up for that reason. We shouldn't be giving money to nonprofits. Nonprofits have nonprofit status, right? So that way they don't have to pay taxes on the work that they're doing. And then people who donate to nonprofits can take that off on their taxes. That's how the system was set up a long time ago. But now we have government grants giving out money to nonprofits. I don't think that should be it at all. I don't think any government money should go to nonprofits. That's the whole point of nonprofits. You donate to a nonprofit, you get a tax break. We should not be spending any of that money. Let's see, what's going on here? Hold on 1 second. JJ saying something. As long as you don't cuss, she doesn't like streamers that cuss constantly. Lady Hamilton Art. She's an artist who highlights other artists of all types. Okay. We'll have to check her out one day. No daycare. Why pay to have someone else raise your children? Well, Goofy, if in order for you to go to work, I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. I'm not talking about you take your kids to daycare and then you go home and sit on your ass. I'm not talking about those people. If you're on welfare, no daycare. But I'm saying if you have a job and you're working 1 or 2 jobs, you know, and the kids aren't in school, there should be some kind of supplemental daycare. Right? Want a piggyback ride? Free bacon? What are you saying, Goofy? Oh, fun of Goof. How come your ratio is screwed up? What ratio? Are you talking about the ratio of likes to people watching? What ratio are you talking about there, Gavin? All right, let's go to the next link. We actually play music on here sometimes, JJ. Like the other night, I played 80s music. Tonight, I'm thinking about doing 90s music, maybe. So, undeniable progress. Oh, we already watched this. I think I'm gonna do like 90s alternative tonight. Ooh wee oh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Hey Willow, speaking of bacon, Willow, last time I was at Willow's house, they had pigs. And so they raise pigs to eat. Are you guys still raising pigs to eat over there, Willow, at your house? And for those of you that don't know, Willow is suffering and going through some medical issues. She can say if she wants to. So everybody keep Willow in your thoughts. Because, you know, she's got that big C thing going on, you know. My mom passed from it. My ex-fiance passed from it. So it's not a fun thing to deal with. And Willow and her husband are dealing with it. So keep your thoughts and prayers on Willow for us. All right, new data. Let me get this fucking mosquito. Mosquitoes are big this year. I don't know why they're so big when you go to full screen on yourself. The ratio when I go to full screen on myself. Okay, let me look at it. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. I noticed that. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Can I fix it? Name. That is... Oh, you know, I did something different. Hold on. Hold on. What is it? I was messing around with this thing the other day. What did I do? What did I do here? I don't know what I did, Gavin. You're right. I know. I see it now. I see what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on, buddy. New scammer, no new cancer anywhere. That's awesome, Willow. Congratulations, Willow. Love to hear that. Gavin says, okay, real working people in California don't get help with daycare. I paid a second mortgage for years to because my wife and I work. Yeah, it's there's really not a lot for people that are working, right? It's all set up to keep, because here, okay, we got to go back to the slave stuff. We got to go back to the slave stuff. How can I fix this? This is now you mentioned this is bothering me. I can't do anything. Wait, hold on. Let's see. There we go. Now I fixed it. All right, so the reason Democrats want everybody to be on welfare is so they can control them, folks. They want to be able to control them, and that's what they're doing. Ben Bergquam taught me this a long time ago. They're keeping everybody slaves. They're the people that started the slavery. They're the people that were for slavery, and that's what they're doing now. They want us to sit there and get on welfare and benefits and all this stuff, so that way they can say, "Well, you got to vote for you got to vote for us because we're not going to take away your benefits. Republicans, you vote Republican, and they're going to take away all the free stuff we give you." And they're destroying our country because number one, they're getting kickbacks from it. Number two, pretty soon, if you get everybody on welfare, who's going to be paying for it? Who's going to be paying for it? Right? It's just insane. Goofy says, we got to get back to the married model. Men should be able to make a decent wage. Some have found that women working in a lame job makes less than the cost of children. That's true. That's very true. Like my ex-wife, her job, I mean, she had 2 degrees and she's working at a homeless shelter because that's what she liked. And she was just, it wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. Like after I got divorced, it's funny. After I got divorced, so my wife and I both worked when I was married for the most part, or we both had money coming in. I am better off now that she's gone. Like I have more money. I pay my bills on time. I'm not late. You know, we're not struggling. But when I was married, everything was a struggle, and we had 2 incomes. Probably, never mind. I don't want to go there. Let's not go there. I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, Willa says she's kicking cancer's ass one day at a time. That's all you can do. All right. So new data: capital goods now make up a record 41% of all U.S. goods imports. Largely specialized equipment to support future manufacturing and production. Meanwhile, the trade deficit in 2026 is down 55% relative to the first 2 months of 2025. And so this is what so X wrote this for me. Boom, record 41% of U.S. good imports are now capital goods. The machines, equipment, and tools American businesses are buying to build, produce, and dominate the future. Trade deficit slashed 55% in early 2026 versus 2025. This isn't luck. This is tariffs plus America First forcing companies to invest here instead of shipping everything overseas. The manufacturing renaissance is loading up. Factories are gearing up. Democrats and media is still calling it doom? Or are they finally admitting Trump's economic playbook is working? What's your take? What is your guys' take? This is so great. Like Mitsubishi, I think just now is going to start building a plant. We're going to talk about this later on. That's going to bring in 25,000 jobs to America. 25,000 jobs to our great United States. Right? Yeah, I get that. Unfortunately, Willow, you're going to be checking that for the rest of your life. Oh, I forgot. I wasn't even on screen what I was showing you guys. My bad. My bad. Doing something right for sure, and that's the attitude. Yeah, you got to keep happy. You know, I've been disabled my whole life. You guys know this. And I've been happy my whole life. But I got to tell you what. Now that I'm about to turn 50, yes, I'm about to turn 50. Everything is getting so overwhelming now. I can't focus for very long anymore. The pain is 10 times worse. The whole day is just, everything's shot now, you know, for me. I have many bad days, and it's just not fun. But thankfully, doing the show makes me feel better. But sometimes it's so bad that I can't do the show because I'm in so much pain or my stomach's messing with me, and that makes it worse. But you know what, Willow? You just keep the positivity up. Don't let it get you down. And yeah, that's what you got to do, right? That's what you got to do. Oh, you know, I want to show you guys a video. Let me see if where I have it. So, you know, Donnie and I went to WonderCon. over the weekend. We went down to LA. It's WonderCon is like a Comic-Con. And well, let me find it. And so we met a voice actor there, and he just fell in love with Donnie. Completely fell in love with Donnie. So I make these little videos here and there for Donnie on his channel and stuff. So I'm going to show you guys this video, and this is the full video. I've been playing little pieces of it, but it's about 5 minutes long, almost 6 minutes long. But this is me and Donnie when we went to WonderCon. This guy Charlie Adler right here, he is a voice actor, and watch his reaction and watch what he did. Charlie Adler. Thank you. Would you like to bet him?
I would love to bet him.
Really?
Okay, are you okay with that? You are so sweet to offer.
Donnie,
you know what?
He loves the attention.
What's his name?
Donnie.
Donnie. Hi, Donnie.
You look like one of my best friends from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
He is the most gorgeous.
Doesn't he
We
look
have
like
an
Gra?
Anatolian
He looks like
Shepherd
Gra. Okay.
who is this size.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Doesn't he look like Gra? I thought they were bigger than that.
Well, they are. Well, I just put him on a diet. He was 190 pounds.
Okay, yeah. He's at 150 right now. He's
Well,
on his diet,
so
too.
another 40 pounds on this
He's only
kid.
150.
He seems bigger.
Yeah.
It's because he's fluffy.
Yeah.
Donnie.
He should.
Are you overwhelmed by the people here? I kind of am. Do you want to stay with me today?
You gonna be a comfort dog today?
Oh, I'm telling you. The best people on earth are these people.
Yeah.
The best, right?
Right.
Could you imagine not having them?
Oh, thank you, Goofy.
I don't know what life would be without them.
I've always had a dog.
Me too.
So,
Me too. I've had dogs, often 3.
We gotta lay down with you now.
Oh, yes.
He's gonna lean. Watch.
He's already leaning in. I got him. He's a good boy. You knew it.
He'll wake me up in the middle of the night when he cuddles me. Very hot Santa Claus.
He
is he hot?
Absolutely gorgeous. How did you know I needed this?
I see the look, and I let everybody pet him. So
there he goes.
When I was, see, there he goes. Watch this. So can you believe this? This guy is a really famous voice actor. I mean, he's been on The Simpsons. He's Futurama. He was Bugs Bunny, the voice of Bugs Bunny, right? And look what he's doing with Donnie here.
He's got the Humphrey freckles.
He's smiling.
He is spectacular. Oh, thank you for your trust. Thank you for this. Thank you so much.
Donnie just wants his petting, I think, though. This is actually part of his job. When he goes to people, it lets me know that they're safe to be around.
Oh.
Like that.
This is an angel. How old is he?
I'm sorry?
How old is he?
He's 5.
5?
Yeah, he'll be 6 in November.
That's so funny. Ours is 5.
Yeah?
The
Nice.
Anatolian is 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, when I was first training him as a puppy, we went to the Fresno Home Show, and this lady there asked to pet him, and she started crying. He's literally So, laying "Did on I the do ground something to wrong?" pet Donnie. She's like, no, I've had the worst day, and you just made my day. So that's when I decided whoever asked to pet him, they can pet him.
Tell me your name.
I'm Eddie, sir.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is the best presents ever. Ever.
We'll tag you on. I'll find you on Instagram or something. We'll tag you on.
Okay.
Because he has his own pages.
Oh, you have your own page? Are you a celebrity?
A little bit.
I think he should be. Look at him.
I'm working on doing a coloring book for him.
Oh, are you an artist?
No, sir. No, sir.
You're finding somebody to do it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for somebody. Yeah. So hopefully.
Oh, this dog. He's heaven.
Yeah.
He's heaven.
It's gonna be called Look at how Donnie he's the lifting Service- his leg so that up. The kids can learn about service dogs. And... Are we interrupted? So you keep notice how he Donnie, keeps all of looking his fans over. are gonna be jealous. He keeps looking over because this guy's got a line of people that are now waiting to pay for his autograph. And instead of making money with autographs, this guy's sitting here loving on Donnie. You're getting this much attention.
Well, bring your own Wookiee. What?
Bring your own Wookiee.
I can't hear you.
He said it's bring your own Wookiees.
He's talking about me.
Maybe.
Oh,
Are you in love, Donnie? You got a new friend?
Oh, Donnie. What's Donnie's handle on Instagram?
Donnie the Service Dog.
Donnie the Service Dog.
Yeah, with an IE.
Okay.
And I forgot they're bringing stickers in. Otherwise, I'd give you one of the stickers.
Mars, did you take a good picture? Okay, good, because I want to post it.
Yeah, let me see if he did post it.
I will.
Yeah, Donnie the
Absolutely.
Service Dog. And I'll tag you guys with this video.
Okay.
Because that's what we do. Is we love attention, so I just film people interacting with them like this.
You love attention. Are you an attention whore?
He's an attention whore.
He's 5. He's going to be 6 in November. Beautiful boy.
No, he didn't post it on Instagram.
Now, did you
at
get him
least.
fully trained as a service dog?
I actually did it myself.
You did it?
Yeah, I have a friend who has a ranch in Montana, and she trains them for veterans. And so she's become a friend of mine. And which I asked her to help me train them. So she would send me videos on what to do to train them. And then most recently, last year...
Did you get him as a puppy? Do you need me now?
I should, right, Goofy?
Okay. I know. Can you stand it? I'm being so rude, but I can't help myself.
He's got plenty of water. He's just relaxing.
Okay.
You can pet him too if you like. But so last year, she called me and she had a veteran who needed a service dog. So she trained him how to grab the dog. But can you imagine? This guy's a voice actor. He's laying on the ground with Donnie, just loving on him. That's what Donnie does to people. All right, so let's hear what Secretary Rubio is putting up.
The operation, okay, and that's what this is. It's about very specific objectives. The president laid them out on the first night of the operation. I'll repeat them to you now because I hear a lot of talk about we don't know what the clear objectives are. Here they are. You should write them down. Number 1, the destruction of their Air Force. Number 2, the destruction of their Navy. Number 3, the severe diminishing of their missile launching capability. And number 4, the destruction of their factories so they can't make more missiles and more drones to threaten us in the future. All of this so that they can never hide behind it to acquire a nuclear weapon. That was our objective from the beginning. That remains our objective now.
You know, Goofy says let's work on it. You know, I keep saying it, Goofy, and the problem is I just, you know, it's so hard for me to focus on stuff. Oh, this was taken down. You know, I got in trouble for this post when I reposted it. They said I was saying hate speech or something. But this is what the war is about, right? And we've done that for the most part. There's hardly any more planes flying. There's no ships sailing as far as we can see. And we're just kicking Iran's ass. And who expected anything other than that? I mean, we're America. America, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. In fact, you know what? Let's go here and let's go Apache. Have you guys ever? I sometimes watch this whatever clip thing. Apache. Hold on, Apache helicopter. Let's see if we could find one of these videos. Oh, wait, you know what? I have them. Hold on, I got them here. I'll just play one right outright because I've been actually uploading these videos to Rumble too. So let's see. Recordings. Gun cam. It's called gun cam. Here we go. Let's watch this one real quick. Let's watch this one. This is, you know, what our military can do from an Apache helicopter. Watch this stuff.
Update also, they did find a trigger device.
I love watching these.
So, just relaying that up over.
Do you guys ever watch these? I love watching these.
They did find a trigger device on the car, on the vehicle.
I'm younger than you, Creed.
Cool. Roger, so it is a BBID over.
Are they? I've never met them.
Roger, looks like it. Cool.
I like Wilson's Andrew Wilson's wife. She goes off on those girls.
216 Hot 5. EOD would like you to actually to see if you could shoot the windows out of the.
And check this out.
The side windows.
This is why I don't think we need to have boots on the ground.
That car over.
Our helicopters and our airplanes can handle it.
We've got a 30 millimeter and it's explosive shells. It's gonna make Swiss cheese out of the car. If that's all right. Wait one. Y'all are hellfires we've got, so if they want it taken out, it's gonna be y'all doing it. Over. Roger. Oh shucks. Damn it. But that means I get the gunshot.
You guys ever watch these?
If you don't hit it in 2 bursts, we get a shot. Pursuit 16 Hot 5, that'll work over. Roger that. How would you like
And this video is from like
what
20 years ago.
Truck is south north or north south, over.
We're getting there. Here we go.
Your phone goes 7. Roger. Mark the location of where the engine was and then go ahead and move it over.
Boom.
Mark location and then move it. Roger.
I could watch these things all day.
I say hit it.
Bam.
Yeah, Roger, be advised. We're moving again to that village. Break.
I think this is from like 2004, maybe.
I think he's going over top of it.
That's actually probably from Desert Storm, huh?
Copy. Also be advised that we had a hawk pursuit 1-6 going to light up that VBIED.
This isn't really one of the better ones that I've seen.
Right next to the road.
Hold on, let me find one of the better ones. I don't know why that one. Okay, Apache Target Taliban. That's what this one's called. Let's see how good this one is. And then we'll get back to the news.
That kind of lets you keep your tabs out there on them. We're coming up on the first dead bodies.
She rubbed you the wrong way. It's not for everybody.
Okay, I got eyes back on the guy.
What I like is how she defends her husband no matter what.
Got a weapon or not.
That's what I like about her.
Looks like he might. No, he can't confirm if he has a weapon or not, but he is injured.
So they just shot up somebody.
Cannot confirm whether this guy has a weapon or not, but he is injured, crawling on all fours. Over. 0416, Roger.
Oh, there he is. Look at this. They can see him. Look how close. I mean, it's hard to tell, but you can see him right there in the crosshairs. See it? And this was from Desert Storm, so this is the 90s.
I think he's got something in his hand, but I can't tell. What's to the right? There's another dude.
I don't know who
he's
Rachel
standing there.
is.
He looks like it. Check it. Get your line of sight right on him. Range focus that. Yes, that's as range focus as good as it is. I'm zoomed all the way in. It's as good as it gets. Charlie. That's a threat to Charlie. Roger.
Where'd the other one go?
I do have eyes on the guy at the top of the bridge line again. Keep working with this.
I guess people don't like watching stuff like this. The numbers went down.
Roger, we found one standing up, looking pretty healthy. He's sitting. Charlie 16, outbreak 04.
Do you, Gavin?
Yeah, 'cause Charlie's right on his ass.
No way. I didn't know that.
Okay, Roger, you just stepped over a little berm. If you
The thing with the Streamlabs though is they only take the credit card fees out. That's
keep
it.
going to your
And get all the
11
rest.
o'clock, he's laying over in the next berm, over, and there's a second individual laying almost just directly your line of sight in that direction. He's kind of laying down, leaning up against the berm, over.
Let's see.
Roger, your lead element needs to turn to his left. Enemies behind him, the next berm over. Make sure you paint the picture. The guy's alive. Roger. And not injured.
I'll check it out in 1 second. Yeah, me too, Goofy.
Paint the picture for him.
So, okay, you can see people. Look at all the people down there.
Trying to get a...
See them all?
Okay, 1604. Currently, your element is turning towards the west. They need to turn back towards.
Let me get to the good part. How about this? Yeah, they're still just looking. They're still just watching them. That's the other thing too. You got to get permission to do everything, and here we go.
Hey, Charlie 16. That guy's trying to crawl away a little bit, away from the friendlies, back towards the tree line. He's crawling towards another guy. If you guys would like, want to back off 50 meters, we'll clean him up.
They just got him. They just got him. You see it? They just got him.
Roger.
Hold on. Let's see what else we can see. I like it when they blow them up. Okay, this one doesn't have it either. Anyway, so Gavin, you're saying that it's messing up, huh? Well, let's see what you got to do. Do you really have to sign in? Let's go Control V. Let's see what it says. Donate here. Let's just type in Joe. One time. Donate. I've never even tried it. No, you don't got to sign up. You just got to enter your information. You don't got to sign up. You can put any name up there. You can put any name up there, Gavin. It should work. It should work that way. That's how it works. Panda and Donnie are doing really good. Panda and Donnie are doing good. Oh, it looks just like Buddy Holly. Now I got that song in my head. Puppies are good. Although I gotta figure, so on Donnie's Instagram or TikTok sent us a thing for Donnie to review, but he doesn't fit on it. Oh, Goofy, thank you. Aw, man, Goofy, you're awesome. It won't let you, Gavin? That's weird. Well, shit. Because you know where I got the idea from? Because the Whatever podcast. That's where I got it from. Because people donate all the time with that. Let's go to Whatever podcast. Where's one of the Whatever podcasts?
Barehanded spanking,
humiliation.
flogging.
You do humiliation, degradation.
Let's see. You know, they have it where it's set at $200. You got to do $200 in order to get something read. Oh, here we go. Here's how they do it.
Well, I'm just asking what they're called.
Oh my gosh! Look at the redhead.
That kind of bandwidth.
How about single author?
I would have to pull it up right here. I'm
okay,
not
roughly how long were they?
Because Goofy, you did it to Rumble. You got to do it through
The
Streamlabs to get it to read it.
studies?
That you read.
I'm saying that
So here we go.
broadly, this is the known.
Oh, that was only
The
$10.
known.
Okay.
You got to in order to get it to read, it's a $20 thing. Yeah, see this one, they don't have one on there. Oh, here we go.
And then you actually date
If being as
against
minimum. It's his.
Hey, when
I just
that-
saw it.
hacking, you're only being then you're deaf.
okay, you
yeah. Else I
She
need
didn't
to.
bring
I thought
up
I saw
I
it.
don't
Oh, here we go, right here.
not supposed to come in that way.
That's what they want to do. They can do it. If that's going to be their character and personality, then so be it. But
$100.
Wait,
Chair one,
that was not
did this
supposed to come
fetish
in that
exist
way.
Since you were
I'll
a
let it
child?
See, that's how theirs works. Because people will do it. Like, so sometimes they do $100, sometimes they do $200. This Whatever podcast, these guys make so much freaking money. It's not even funny. You know, I don't get the thing from Kick either. Yeah, I'm on Kick too, Goofy. We're on Kick as well. We're on Kick. That's my dashboard. How do I share my link on Kick? But see, we're on Kick as well. The problem is I don't get notifications from Kick. I don't. Anyways, let's get back to what we're working on. So Justin, Senator John Thune says he did not cave to Chuck Schumer and that the GOP is about to surge ICE and Border Patrol. Let's see what he's saying here.
A party of open borders and defund law enforcement.
Schumer said you caved. Did you?
I think he did.
No, we didn't cave. I mean, ultimately, what the Democrats did, you can say this was all about for 40 days, and I was a part of a lot of those meetings for 40 days. It was all about, quote, reforms, restrictions on ICE and on CBP agents and what they could or couldn't do. They got none of that. They got zero of the reforms that they were advocating for. In the end, this was all about their left-wing base demanding that no funding be provided. The good news for us is we saw this coming, and we pre-funded this last summer.
Okay.
So ICE and CBP are funded and will be funded at the end of the fiscal year, and then we'll plus up and add to those accounts to make sure they're funded in future years.
Let me ask you to
A party of open borders and defund law enforcement.
Okay, does anybody here trust? Does anybody here trust John Thune? Well, Gavin, do me. You know what? If you're gonna do it, Gavin, do me a favor and just sign up. Sign up for Streamlabs. I would really like to see how it works that way. Sign up for Streamlabs. Try. Actually, so and that way you do it through PayPal, anyways. The Thune caved, woozy rhino, right? Goofy, he is a rhino. I don't trust him. Creed says not with anything that matters. Okay, hold on. You want a treat, Donnie? Hold on. Okay, this is the last treat you're getting. The last treat you're getting. Okay, there you go. For you, Panda. Here's you go, Panda Bear. That's it, guys. No more treats for the night, because you guys need to calm down with that. what pisses you off most about John Thune? What pisses me off the most about him is that he didn't do the standing filibuster. He did not get the filibuster going. That's why we didn't pass the SAVE Act. That's what's ruining it for our SAVE Act. This guy right here in the Senate. It's disgusting. I need a 2-cam show for the puppy sometimes. I've thought about that. I'm working on something like that. I am actually working on something like that. It's just I need to clean up. I need to get my studio set up better and make sure everything's nice and clean. You know, because the puppy's bringing a lot of dirt. All right, breaking. The Artemis 2 crew is now about to fire the main engine to propel towards the moon. The Artemis 2 has to troubleshoot issues with the water tank valve and zero-gravity toilet. Uh-oh. We don't want poop going everywhere, do we?
Yeah, good morning, Dana. It was amazing to watch. Overall, the Orion spacecraft is performing well, but engineers on the ground are trying to figure out what caused a temporary communications problem. It occurred about 51 minutes after launch. For just a couple minutes, the astronaut on the ground assigned to capsule communication, or CAPCON, had trouble receiving messages from the flight crew.
Uplink from Capcom to the crew was being heard by the crew, but we cannot hear their responses for a brief period of time. There were no issues with the vehicle itself. Comms with the crew have been restored. We're actively working the issue, and we'll keep you informed.
The Artemis 2 crew also had to troubleshoot issues with a water tank valve and also the zero-gravity toilet. These were relatively minor fixes, and if everything else checks out, the Artemis 2 crew will fire their main engine for approximately 6 minutes to send the spacecraft on a path toward the moon.
As soon as you fire your engine to go to the moon, you can't just stop and turn around and come back. You got to coast.
Wait, Fox News, why are you getting a retired Canadian astronaut? Why don't you get a retired American astronaut here?
All the way to the moon, sling around the moon using its gravity, and then come back. So you're committing to at least a week in space as soon as you fire your engine.
The process is called translunar injection.
I said it earlier tonight. I'm going to say it again. I think we should just give this, give all the space stuff to Elon Musk and to SpaceX. They're doing such a great job. Why are we wasting our time and money on NASA? I think NASA should be done with. Just give it all to Elon Musk, because Elon Musk just does everything so well. You know, he has his issues, but he for the most part, everything Elon touches turns into gold. You know, and I think he's like a Rain Man, isn't he? He's like a freaking Rain Man. All right, breaking news. Virginia voters are growing buyer's remorse with Democrat Governor Abigail Spanberger allowing illegal aliens to brutally kill Virginians repeatedly. Nobody can be surprised by this. Let's see what's going on in Virginia.
Abigail Spanberger is under some growing pressure to honor ICE detainers. This as her state of Virginia reels from a string of murders tied to illegal immigrants. That includes an illegal immigrant from Guatemala charged with killing his 3-month-old daughter. Another Guatemalan immigrant who entered the country.
Oh, and real quick, Gavin, if you're listening, I wasn't saying for you to go do it. Whoa, God rides a Harley
is charged with stabbing a man to death. And an illegal immigrant from Sierra Leone with more than 24 prior arrests is charged with fatally stabbing a woman at a bus stop. Paul Morrow is here with us now. Here's what she said on February 4th, just after she got inaugurated, about ICE.
On the first day in office, I repealed and pulled back from what had been my predecessor's Executive Order 47, which mandated the work of Virginia state law enforcement agencies with ICE. Taking Virginia law enforcement state agency personnel and basically giving them over to ICE is something that ends today.
How's that worked out?
Bullshit.
Yeah, not too well, quite obviously. Look, nobody can be surprised by this. This has been the tenor of things, particularly in Fairfax County. Let's expand the footprint here a little bit. You have the DA there for Fairfax County, a guy named Steve Toscano, who ran on being soft.
So think about this. You know, what? I think that Virginia should be allowed to be sued. Virginia should be allowed to be sued. If you let and release these illegal aliens onto the street, instead of turning them over to ICE, and then they go and kill somebody, Virginia should have to pay for that. If they go out and crash into somebody, Virginia should pay for that. If they rape a woman, Virginia should have to pay for that. I that's what I think, right? Spanberger is so non-ice. All her beverages are room temperature, says Goofy. Sorry, I've been lurking. I had to drive to get my dinner. Ooh, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? So on a water heater, I need to replace the toilet. I'm so glad I'm retired. I miss being a plumber and making all that money, but I'm so glad I'm retired now. So glad. What I was working on today is maybe a month and a half ago now, my stepdad and I bought a dump trailer because I have a trash trailer, and my trash trailer is 18 foot long. And so when you have an 18-foot long trailer, about 4 foot tall, it takes me about 2 hours every time I go to the dump to unload it. It's nasty, it's dirty, it's smelly. It's just not fun. And so I would let it fill up. And my stepdad was like, "You gonna take the trash or what?" And it was just because I didn't do it because of the pain. So then my stepdad's like, "You know what? Let's just go get ourselves a dump trailer." So we went and bought a dump trailer, but it's less than 3 feet tall, from the bed level up to the sides. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna weld on, extend it higher. And if I bought all the metal, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it 2 feet higher. And then I started thinking, I'm like, if I do it 4 feet higher, because I'm using 4x8 sheets of plywood on the sides, and I'm gonna paint it black to match the trailer, I was like, then it'll be perfect. I don't have to cut the wood. So yesterday I put up the first 4 foot tall piece, and I didn't realize that when you add 4 feet to 3 feet, that's 7 feet tall. And plus then, like the 2 feet from the ground up to the trailer bed. And I'm like, there's no way I can throw trash in there if I throw it that tall. So luckily I only did the front side. So I'm going to have to cut that down. But today I welded up 2 side frames for each side at 2 feet. It's 2 feet by 93.5 inches. So then now I'm going to weld it on tomorrow. Then I have to cut down the front side to match the 2 feet on the other sides. And then since that'll just be cutting it in half, then that'll be my back side. And on the back of the dump tray, so on the top, I'm going to have it to where you can lift it up like this from the side, So like if this is the side of it, it'll lift up like this so you can put the trash in. But then on the back, I'll also have it to where it'll raise up like this so you can throw trash in that way. But that's what I was working on today. I did a whole bunch of welding. And that's probably why I'm in a lot of pain right now. Even though I do it sitting down. I do everything sitting down because I'm crippled. But yeah, I was welding all day today. Amuse again. Here we go. We got some Amuse stuff. Let's see. You have a tankless water heater, Goofy? So do I. I love tankless water heaters. One day, back when I used to go to the bars a lot, I went to the bar. I got super drunk. I had way too much to drink. So I slept in the bathroom, basically. And at my old house, there was no heater in the bathroom. So I turned on the shower to keep, for the steam to heat up the room. And that was at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, still have hot water. I love tankless water heaters. They're great for that. Anyways, all right. So ActBlue skipped passport checks for foreign donors using Apple Pay, PayPal, and Venmo and lied to Congress about it. Democrat campaigns were funded with illegal foreign money. Federal prosecutors need to act now. We knew this has been going on. We knew this has been going on forever. ActBlue, it's just a way for Democrats to make tons of money off us, right? You have to donate through ActBlue, right? And then ActBlue gets a certain percentage of that money. Well, ActBlue is Democrats. They're the Democrats. That's their way of getting money out. And now we're finding out that they just, if somebody put in a credit card in there, they could be a foreign person and put in a credit card and pay. That's just illegal all the way the fuck around. Excuse my language. I gotta work on that. I gotta stop cussing so much. Remember when I worked for Ben Berkholm? I couldn't cuss at all. And I was good at it. Now, not so much. Eddie, your new water heater is way better than the tankless. Constant hot water, and it's an AC. It's an AC in the garage. It cools your garage down? Is that what you're trying to say? So Goofy, with your hard water, what you got to do is once a year you get yourself either have a plumber, probably have a plumber do it, right? But you gotta with the hard water, you gotta clean it out once a year. So you gotta buy a couple gallons of vinegar. You put it in a bucket, and I have a pump and 2 hoses. It connects right up to my tankless. So it pumps the water. You got to disconnect everything, turn off the gas. It'll pump it through, and then comes out, and it clears all the lime and buildup and stuff. It's a pain in the ass, Goofy. Anyways, election integrity. Democrats are already filing a suit to stop President Trump's effort to secure the 2026 midterm elections. The fact that they're fighting even the most basic efforts to ensure our elections are safe and secure tells you everything. Yeah, they're so pissed off about the SAVE Act. It's just insane. Let's see what he's saying. Amuse is a good dude. The problem with mail-in voting is it has never been that it's inherent. Voting it has never been that it is inherently fraudulent. The problem is that it's operated for decades without any kind of verification infrastructure, and we take for granted in virtually every other domain of modern civic life. Like, think about it now. Even just to go in your bank account, you got to have 2-factor identification. So you sign in with your login and password, but that's not good enough. No. Then they got to text you, and you got to add the numbers that they text you to prove that it's really you. But yet, no ID to vote. It says you cannot board a commercial flight, collect federal benefits, or even open a bank account without identity verification. Yet, in state after state, a mail-in ballot can travel from a government printer to a mailbox to a counting facility with no reliable mechanism to confirm that that person who cast it was legally entitled to do so. What do you think could we do? What if we do a thumbprint? What if you have to, you gotta take some ink, put your thumb on there, and put it on your ballot to prove that it was you? What about that? What if for mail-in, if you want to mail in your vote, you got to put your thumbprint on there, right? Sounds like a good idea to me. Hold on, let's look here. Like this guy, John Wick, John Wick signing. I don't know how to put it. What I'll call it. Maybe this shows it right here. Here it is.
What is this?
Damn it. So look, this is your signature, your thumbprint, and they use blood.
What is this?
He completed the task. The marker is over.
Anyways, I'm not going to play it because I'll get in trouble. But John Wick, if you haven't watched John Wick, you guys are missing out. I have all 4 John Wicks, and I hear there's a 5th one coming out. And I watched Ballerina the other day, which is another John Wick film. What did Gross say? I missed it. If we don't get the SAVE Act, we're toast. I agree, Gross. I agree. The Democrats are just going to continue to win and continue to win. And here's the problem, though. Even if we get the SAVE Act passed, let's be real. There's going to be a Democrat president eventually one day again, right? We can't guarantee Republicans are always in there. And I don't know if we really want to do that. But they're just going to swap it right back out. They're just going to swap it right back out. Here's another shitty thing California is doing. Look at this. California Democrats just legalized stealing your Bitcoin. This communist hellhole passed a bill to seize your Bitcoin after just 3 years of inactivity on exchanges under fake unclaimed property laws. This is government theft and outright communism. So let's watch the video.
File item 186, AB 1052 by Assemblymember Valencia. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1052 by Assemblymember Valencia, an act relating to digital assets.
Assemblymember Valencia, you are recognized.
I'll check it out.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, muy buenas tardes, members. AB 1052.
Wait a minute, did this guy say buenas tardes, members?
AB 1052 will establish a legal framework to legitimize digital assets, also known as cryptocurrency and blockchain, and unclaimed property law. California must protect consumer assets and embrace the legal recognition.
You hear what they're saying? Oh, we got to protect the consumers. We have to protect the consumers
Of digital assets, crypto and blockchain, as we continue to modernize our economy and the systems in our society. With that, I respectfully ask for a yes vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Valencia. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote.
Did anybody vote against it?
Desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote.
Unanimously.
We'll close the roll, tally the votes.
It passes unanimously.
0. The measure passes.
What the hell? So what unclaimed property is, folks? Unclaimed property in California, after so many years, like they close your bank account, but they can't find you to give your money back, then they put it in unclaimed property. And so you can go here to the California unclaimed property. California unclaimed property. Right, so you can search for unclaimed property. Search for your property. We're just gonna make up any kind of name. So let's just say John Johnson. Right? We're looking up John Johnson. Oh, that's last name. Oops, my bad. I did it wrong. Verify I'm a human. I messed up. I did it wrong. But anyway, so look here. So you can look through this. So this John Johnson, BMW Financial Services owes him money. It's over $100, right? So what you do is you go and you click on the information. This is informing you that the business below has reported unclaimed property that may belong to you. This business is in the process of transferring the property. Okay, so it's not even there. Google payment. What's this? The state does not have your property at this time. Hold on, where is one where they do have the property? Here we go. One has exact amounts. So like here, Wawanisha General Insurance from Mariposa, that's not that far from here. So that you got a refund for $19.04. So if you want to claim it, you go there and then you continue to file claim, right? So this is supposed to protect people. You get your money back, right? But by them wanting to take your Bitcoin after only after 3 years, that's bullshit. Dude, what if, like me, okay, I bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin. I bought like a couple $100 worth of Bitcoin. And I just put it away. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to let it sit there. So why should they be able to take that after 3 years when I wanted to just sit there and gain money? Let's see. I had to lurk for a bit on Rumble while driving to get my dinner, but I kept in my car entertainment system. Oh, you're listening to us in your car? Oh, look at that. Eddie questions everything. Nice. It's 6:12 where you are, so you're on the West Coast somewhere. Right on. I appreciate that. Dude, you're an awesome, and JJ just found us last week or a couple days ago. Obama cleared out unclaimed property that was over 20 years old, damn crook. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Goofy, can I search for yours? Goofy, you want to see if you have any unclaimed property? Do you mind if I search it live? I'll wait till you say yes. Actually, no. We'll do my ex-wife. We'll do my ex-wife. Click to prove that you're a human. Look, Angela. 15 cents. 15 cents. Somebody owes her 15 cents. And who is it from? Prince versus Uber Technologies Settlement Fund. Wow, a whole 15 cents. $13.99. Hold on, let's do city. Let's just do city. That way it just it brings it smaller. Only cool cats get to ride with you. Okay, so she has 15 cents there. Oh wow, this is me. Infinity Insurance owes me $28.12. There's another one for me. Holy shit, I got okay, hold on. They spelled my name wrong, so that's probably why I can't. Look at this. Another one for $8. JP Morgan. Oh, that's not me. Here's me. $8 from Kaiser. Wow, I got money coming back too. Okay. I'm going to have to go through here and do some of this stuff. Oh, you came over for Mr. Rotella. Right on. All right, let's see what Scott Jennings does here. I love Scott Jennings.
There's a large conversation. This is part of it going on in the country right now about who we're letting in here and why they're here and whether they are loyal to the United States of America. And that's a good conversation for us to have. Now, whether it gets resolved in this court venue or whether it gets resolved in Congress or in other ways. For instance, this conversation over birthright tourism that's going on. I mean, you have foreign adversaries set with companies that are set up to help people facilitate having births in the United States to exploit our system. That is a worthwhile thing for the American people to know. It's a worthwhile debate for us to have. So how the court comes out on this, I don't know. But that's information that we need to know because we do have foreign adversaries that are trying to infiltrate the country and exploit what's been our good nature for many years. There's a large conversation.
They've been doing it for years. It's interesting. So one day I get a message from Susan, Sharon's here, and she's like, Eddie, are you doing a show tonight? It was January 6th. I was like, yeah, why? And I didn't recognize the name, because she hadn't been on my show in a while. And so anyways, she's like, well, they're talking about you. So I went to a show, and all of these people, Mr. Rotella is so cool, and they were talking about me, and they're so welcoming. And then he rated my stream, and then I've rated his stream a couple times. He rates my stream all the time. And so Goofy now watches Rotella. Gra watches Rotella. Who else in here watches Rotella since I sent you guys over there? He's a cool dude. He's really cool. I don't get to watch him very much because I'm doing my show, but a lot of times when he's doing his. But yeah, he's a cool dude. All right, Justin, outrage erupts after a judge lets out a Charlotte, North Carolina man who killed an 8-year-old child on her bike with a $20,000 bond. $20,000 bond. You're telling me that little kid's life is only worth $20,000? This is just disgusting.
This doorbell video shows the moment she's describing. You can hear the engine revving, then the car speed up significantly. We've stopped it before it hits Naomi.
The other two kids got out the street. Naomi wasn't quick enough through her little legs. She had eyes on her. She was not unattended. She did not run out in front of no car.
Sharon stops by every once in a while.
Just like she hit her like she was an animal and kept going until he probably got a phone call to say he hit that baby.
Another neighbor didn't want to go on camera, but says she saw the whole thing.
How did he not know that he hit the kid?
From somewhere in the video you're watching now.
Then you gunned it down the street. You were on the wrong side. This baby play out here every day, all day. You on the wrong side. You came over this side, hit the baby. You didn't stop. You kept going. You didn't remain on scene. They had to call you to tell you to come back. It hurts because that's a child. She was only 8 years old. She didn't have to lose her life because of a reckless driver. That could have been my niece. That could have been my little cousin. That could have been anybody.
How sad.
Now, police say the driver of that Chrysler 300 was 23-year-old Khalil Burney. He is now charged with driving while license revoked, no liability insurance, failure to register, and fictitious registration. In court today, a judge gave him a $1,000 unsecured bond.
What the fuck? A $1,000 unsecured bond? I thought they said it was $20,000. With the $20,000 bond. So that was probably $1,000 towards one part of it. This is bullshit. The guy had no license. I think they said it was suspended, fake tags, no insurance, and he's just gonna get away with killing a little baby. He gets out on a $20,000 bond. I'm all for bonds and stuff, because let's be real, there has been mistakes where people have been arrested that shouldn't have been arrested, okay? And that's what bonds are for, to let you be able to prove your case. But $20,000 for somebody that did that, it just breaks my heart that our country is coming to that because of stupid liberals that, he didn't mean it. What's Ross saying here? I'm sick of this shit. There was a 7-month-old shot yesterday in a drive-by. It's yeah, Gra. It's disgusting, Gra. It is. It's just so disgusting. All right, so Senator Lydia Thorpe screams in the face of royal parasite King Charles. I didn't watch this, but I'm hoping this is going to be good. I think it will. Let's watch this. And why you got all? You didn't earn those fucking medals, dude. Come on. Just kept yelling, "You're not our king! You're not our king!" You were Sonar Tech, JJ? Well, thank you for your service. King Charlie says Graw. And if it's a money issue, Rob will... Oh, you're talking about something about Rob? Yeah, Rob... Goofy loves Rob. Goofy wants to go with me to meet Rob sometime, I think she said. So does my friend Linda. All right, Guy Rivera, who shot and killed New York Police Department Detective Jonathan Diller during a traffic stop, was convicted of aggravated manslaughter, not murder. They refused a unanimous murder verdict. You can't undercharge a cop killer. Unbelievable. Right, here's another instance where stupid liberals are just fucking shit up.
First count, murder in the first degree. What is your verdict?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. He killed a cop, but he's not guilty of murder.
And count 2, aggravated manslaughter in the first degree. What is your verdict?
Guilty.
As to count 3, attempted murder in the first degree. What is your verdict?
Guilty.
Wow. You killed a cop, but yet you're not convicted of murder. You're just convicted of aggravated assault. Oh my gosh. What is our country coming to? It's just, I mean, it's sad. All right, so President Trump posted this today. Thank you to all of our great congressional Republicans, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and Senate Leader John Thune. You know, why are you putting this in here? For their work this week. Republicans are unified. No, we're not. John Thune isn't doing anything to help us. And moving forward on a plan that will reload funding for our fantastic Border Patrol and Immigration Enforcement officers. Because the Democrats are fully and 100% committed to the radical left policy of open borders and zero immigration enforcement, which will hopefully cost them dearly in the midterms, allowing murderers and criminals of all types into our country. Totally unchecked and unvetted, I will soon sign an order to pay all the incredible employees at the Department of Homeland Security. Their families have suffered far too long at the hands of the extreme leaders crying Chuck Schumer. So what they're trying to say is that they passed the bill not the way that we want it, not with the CARE Act involved, not with paying the TSA, not paying all these people. Because what they're saying is, well, if we pass the bill, that we have stuff in there that says President Trump can just sign an executive order and start paying them. Why do we have to do this mumbo jumbo shit? This is the problem with our country, because Democrats want to fuck with Donald Trump. They're sitting there and they don't want to pay TSA, and so they can blame it. Oh, there's a Donald Trump shut down the government. No, the Democrats did. Gross said that guy got 90 years. 90 years, okay. But still, it should have been attempted murder, right? Should have still been attempted murder. And you know what? John Thune isn't doing anything good for us. John Thune, we need to get rid of John Thune. He's just a freaking rhino. Holy crap. President Trump will potentially slap 100% tariffs on big pharma companies who refuse to offer Americans the lowest price under the more than favored nation. Let's watch this.
Starting next year, American drug prices will come down fast and furious and will soon be among the lowest in the developed world. So in other words, whatever the lowest price for a certain drug, of which these companies make much of it, whatever the lowest price is, that price will come down to that price.
I have a
so
local
we will get the lowest price anywhere in the world. If they're lower in England than they are in Germany, we take the England price. As of today.
And real quick, folks, let's go over this for a minute. Those of you that are new here may have not heard this from me before, maybe not heard it at all. here's my thoughts on how pharmaceutical companies work. Because let's be honest, how many people in here have seen a commercial for a drug on, and you say, oh my gosh, I got to go tell my doctor about this. Who of you have gone to your doctor and say, you know what, I think I need this drug. I saw an ad on TV. I need this drug. And most of them, like, when you see them, they're like, side effects maybe, you're going to shit your pants for a month. You're going to do that, the side effects are awful. And here's why I think they do this. Okay? The Democrats make it so that way pharmaceutical companies are getting all kinds of grants, all kinds of money, and they're letting them charge us 100 times more than any other country. Because America has the money, apparently, right? No, that's not why. Here's why. So they give all these grants to pharmaceutical companies. They give them all these tax breaks. They let them charge us outrageous prices, and Medicare pays for it, right? Because then what they do is, then they buy commercials on TV channels, right? And they pay actors to be in those commercials, and they pay directors, and all these people are all liberal. So that way they can push by them putting a commercial on the news, or on a channel that has news on it. You don't have to, to give them money that way. So what? I'm sorry, my brain just froze up. What they're doing is, so they put these commercials on there that they don't need to put on, and that's a way of paying these channels to then either create a show using Democrat propaganda, or they have Democrat propaganda on the news. It's a way of paying off them. Okay? And then also the pharmaceutical companies will then also donate to all the Democrats for their, for running for office. We don't pay outrageous pharmaceutical prices because they're just giving it to us. No, we pay outrageous prices to help fund the Democrats' plan. That's what it is. That's what it all is. Okay? And Goofy, don't forget, I have a locals too, Goofy. Not once ever, Gavin. Anyway, so that's how it works, folks. It's just kickbacks for the Democrats. It's all it is. And you say, well, yeah, but why the TV shows, what do they get out of it? Well, think about that. The actors, why actors are always liberal? Because if they don't, they won't get their jobs. So they have to pretend to be liberal, or they have to be liberal in order to get their jobs. And they're actors, folks. They're paid to act. They're paid to lie. So by them going on X or Facebook or wherever they're going and spouting out their liberal shit, they're getting paid to do that. And they do it so they'll get their next job. Because if they don't do it, then you get canceled and you won't get a job in Hollywood anymore. It's a big, huge deal, folks. And people don't believe it. And they've been training us for years. Think about it. Look at NASCAR. Gra likes NASCAR. I used to watch NASCAR, not so much anymore. They have sponsors on the side. Why do they have sponsors on the side? Because if somebody sees Dale Earnhardt Jr. drinking a Bud Light, they're like, oh shit, I should drink Bud Light. Dale Jr. drinks Bud Light. They've been training us since the 50s for that. Why do they hire and pay a lot of money to actors to say they drink Coke or drink Bud or I eat Nestle Toll House cookies or something, right? Because you'll want to buy it because you're like, holy shit, well, if Dale Jr. likes it, I gotta like it, right? Robert De Niro was in the courtroom with Trump all day today. What are you talking? What happened there? Anyway, so look at this. This was earlier today. Breaking news: President Trump projected to fire attorney Pam Bondi. He actually did fire her. He fired her last night, but we just found out today. But we got more on that. I actually have her what she wrote on the way out. Breaking news: the FBI is now on the ground here in California. Hey, Gavin, they're coming for you. Gavin, they're coming for you. The FBI is on the ground in California arresting hospice fraudsters, some of which have billed Medicaid massive amounts of money for fake patients. Let's hear this. Fox News.
William Lajeunesse has more from Covina, California. That's just east of L.A. You've been on this story for a while. What happened?
Good morning, Dana. Yeah, this is the first takedown for the
I
new
love
White
Neuro.
House
Neuro's
Fraud
cool.
Task Force. They arrested 2 owners of 2 hospices here in Greater Los Angeles. They're accused of collectively stealing about $16 million from taxpayers. And this money was intended, right, for compassionate end-of-life care for the terminally ill. Here's some video we shot earlier today of the FBI making those arrests of a husband and wife. He a doctor, she a nurse, co-owners of the St. Francis Palliative Care Hospice in Glendale. And what they were doing was this, admitting people who were not qualified for hospice, but billed the government as if they were. About $30,000 per patient. And when the benefits ran out, they dropped them. Here's the kicker. Nationally, 80% of adults admitted, or people admitted to hospice die, and usually in the first few weeks.
You got that right,
Here,
Goofy.
almost nobody died. After 8 months, 97% left alive.
They've been bilking the taxpayers for over $7 million, close to $8 million, and it's all total fraudulent hospice services. They were signing up people who are not terminally ill. They were forging the documents, the medical records, and they were collecting taxpayer dollars. And they've been charged, and this morning they were arrested.
Here's another.
And let's be real. So you guys are talking about Hollywood and stuff, right? Everything in Hollywood is hyped up, because if you show what really happens, like, you know, it'll be boring. You know, a car crashes and it explodes, right? We like that because it's exciting, but that's not what really happens in real life, right? Everything in Hollywood is the extreme.
Down
and yeah, Robert Gavea. I don't know who it was. Somebody messaged me and they're like, Eddie, they're talking about you on the Robert Gavea show. And I was like, who's Robert Gavea? And it was when I was testifying for January 6th, right? So because I testified for, you know, during the Proud Boys trial. And I have 2 episodes dedicated just to me on Robert Gavea. I always press Robert Gavea. Space. Proud Boys trial. I believe it's day 42 and 41, or 41 and 42 maybe? Is it 41 and 42? Yeah, here we go. Proud Boys trial, day 41, Eddie Block and service dog Donnie.
Proud Boys trial, day 41. It's the second day of the defense case in chief. Of course, these charges coming out from January 6th. We're going to hear today from Eddie Block. He stopped by the show a couple days ago, and jump into the trial thread from Roger Parloff. But first, let's take a quick look at the get from Proud Boys.
Yeah, and so I actually got to meet Rob. I got to meet Rob in Las Vegas. I also got to meet Creed in Las Vegas. It was Creed in Las Vegas too.
Topanga Hospice, and here they were paying kickbacks to the patients, giving them $600 a month in an envelope. That's because they were getting reimbursed from the feds about $6,000 a month. Now,
wow, so they're giving 10% back to the patients? No wonder the patients are doing it.
They're also paying marketers to find seniors to take their Medicare card. They billed the government for about $8 million, not eligible, and they were not terminally ill.
Enrique was in Dallas?
The name of this endeavor is, Project Never Say Die, because the folks who are in the nursing and the hospice facilities owned by this couple and their family don't seem to ever pass away.
So the feds are here for a reason. California is giving out thousands of hospice licenses to people who are unqualified, no oversight, and of course taxpayers have been paying it for.
What was he doing in Dallas, Graw? What was he doing in Dallas, Graw? You know, oh, for No King's Day. And you know, Graw, the other day you told me you wanted to do a panel. We should set that up. When do you want to do a panel, Graw? We got to do a panel. What do you want to talk? You were talk. What was it that you wanted to talk about? Was it the war? It was something that Graw was like, dude, Eddie, we need to talk about this. We got to do a panel. I forget what it was now. Sorry, Graw, but we definitely. I miss panels. Panels are the funnest shows, especially when Hope comes on the panel. Everybody likes Hope. And Goofy does her Goofy hug. All right, so this is something I found weird. Tiger Woods got another DUI. And he says, I'm on the phone with President Trump. First off, what was he doing talking to President Trump after he crashed? Was he talking to President Trump when he crashed? Was he talking to President Trump afterwards? Like, hey, I crashed my car and I got a DUI. Can you get me out of it? What do you think that talk was about? Let's see if they even tell us here. Oh, this is just a body cam footage, but let's watch it.
Sudden boom. I'm gonna just take a look here. I'm going to just like take. Is this comfortable for you? Yeah. You're okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it would, Creed. We've done it before.
Yeah. I don't feel anything out of the asshole. We're still gonna have our medical.
So look at this. So this was at 1:23 in the afternoon. So 1:23 in the afternoon, and he was so drunk that he crashed his car. He probably got drunk playing golf.
Check you out, all right? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He is related to him by marriage. Huh? I forgot.
Okay, Harris,
That makes
after
sense
that,
now.
we know the officer then walks over to speak with the driver of the other vehicle involved. Now, you can see Tiger Woods' Range Rover completely flipped over onto its side. And this video does give us a better idea of how small the two-lane road, how tight that street is. This is in Jupiter.
Wow, look at how clean that is underneath there. Is that all for sound deadening?
Florida. Now, the driver of the other truck tells police that he
Maybe.
was stopped and getting ready to make a turn when Tiger clipped the trailer behind his truck. Now, the driver of that car does seem to also be in shock, but tells the officer, look, I am not hurt. The video then ends with police on the scene shutting off the road to locals, and then it ends there. So the minute is the newly released body cam.
What do you think? Is he like a pest control company? I don't think that's what it is. He's got pressure washer, air tank, all kinds of good stuff on there.
It's only about 2 minutes long. This was the latest from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Now, where we get more detail about this crash, it actually comes from the affidavit.
I thought they said it was a DUI.
Deputies on scene in that report noted that his eyes were bloodshot, glassy, and dilated pupils. We don't see that in the body cam because he still has his glasses on.
Oh, maybe he's high on weed.
After the incident, although Woods did blow a zero on a breathalyzer, the affidavit stated he's failed several sobriety tests. We didn't see any of those sobriety tests in that video, but he had 2 pills of hydrocodone in his pocket. Now, Harris, he just broke his silence on all this. He said he is seeking treatment and stepping away.
What was it? Did he have back surgeries or something like that? So maybe he's, a lot of people get addicted to hydros.
A game of golf. We also know that a judge actually signed him off for rehab in another country because it was stated that he wouldn't be able to do that with enough privacy here in the United States. So this is our first look at that body cam footage, of course.
Wow. So, oh shoot, speaking of Rotella streams, what's up, Mr. Rotella? Rotella is in the house. So they're saying he failed like 2 of the tests, right? Which, these tests aren't always the perfect thing. And but he had 2 hydrocodone pills in his pocket. That also means though they weren't used yet, right? Ballyho, everybody. Ballyho to the dome. The dome is here. We love the dome. Gross says Ballyho. Goofy says, yay, welcome Panty Raiders. What's up, Sharon? There's Sharon. Sharon here is in the house. Greg is in the house, although he is the horse. Why can't I say it right? The Caller Fatty Show. The Caller Fatty Show is Greg, but I don't know why it pops up as Greg Alabama on here. Gavin says, those tests are meant for people to fail. The DUI tests. Yeah, I can see that. All My Thumb is here. What's up, All My Thumb? What's up, big guy? How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining us over here on the Eddie Block Film Show. What do you guys think about Tiger? Do you guys... It wasn't on this video, but there's another video that we talk about today where it says he was on the phone with President Trump. Maybe he was on the phone when he had the accident. Who knows? What's up, Incredulous? I've never seen that name around before. Welcome, Incredulous. Was a French post-impressionist Toulouse. I'm not even going to try and say that word. I've been to New Orleans a couple times. I've been to New Orleans, however you. Tiger has issues. Oh shit, Ronnie's in the house. What's up, Ronnie? Yeah, what famous person doesn't have issues though? What do they say? They're an insane person until they're famous, then they're just intricate. Something like that, right? I don't know. Famous people definitely have a lot of issues. And maybe that's why they're famous. Like, has anybody ever noticed? I notice this all the time. Have you guys noticed this? A lot of shows, they have that dumb character, and everybody likes the dumb character. If any of you ever watched Pawn Stars, they got Chum Lee, right? Everybody liked Chum Lee because he was freaking stupid. Every show has that stupid person that people like. Why is that? Why is that? Yeah, and Gras does have a hole-in-one trophy. I've seen it. Why is that? I'm glad I'm not famous, but I have issues myself. You know me, I do have my issues. So this was earlier today. Breaking news: President Trump is considering replacing Tulsi as DNI. And once again, folks, he's the president. Call him President Trump. He earned that title. We voted for him, right? Kelso from that 70s show. Yeah, Ricky from the Trailer Park Boys. Ronnie's right about that. I've never met Chum Lee, but I've met the Beard of Knowledge, right? I met him because he's a clamper and I'm a clamper, and so I went to the museum there in Las Vegas. Well, it's outside of Las Vegas, and I was like, "Hey, is it, any chance that the Beard of Knowledge is here?" And he looked at me. He's like, "What's up, Eddie? I've heard about you." Because clampers, there's not a whole bunch of clampers out there in the world, and I'm one of them. I don't really attend meetings or stuff anymore, but for some reason, whatever I do, people, I always find ways to meet the higher ups. Like I was an Elks member. I became president of my local Elks Lodge, and the grand exalted ruler of the Elks knew who I was. I would talk to him. I talked to the state reps. I became really high up in the Elks. Like one day, my friend, we were going to San Jose, and he was my CrossFit trainer. Yes, I used to do CrossFit in my wheelchair. And there's Gustavo, I forget the last name, but there's a brand out here called El Mexicano. They do freaking creams, they do cheeses, they do all kinds of stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, Gustavo's in a wheelchair too, Eddie, we should meet him." I was like, "Well, let's go by his place." So we stopped by the business in San Jose. He's like, "Eddie, there's no way you're going to get to meet this dude." I said, just watch. So we show up to the building. You can't get in. I pushed a button, and they're like, "Yes, can we help you?" I was like, "Yeah, my name's Eddie. I'm in a wheelchair, and I do CrossFit just like Gustavo does." And we were in the town, and I was just hoping I could meet Gustavo. And like, "Well, he's not available. Blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, okay, cool, but I drove from Fresno. We're in San Jose. Do you mind if I use your restroom real quick? I'm handicapped, and I really need to go." And so they're like, "Yeah, no problem. Come on in." And so, "Oh, thank you, cable guy." So we're waiting for them to open the door for us to go use the restroom.
Welcome.
And you see these security guards walk out. They look at us. They go to a car. Then they look at us some more, and they go inside. Well, when I come out of the bathroom, guess who's out there? There's Gustavo, right? And so I got to meet Gustavo Marquez from the Marquez brothers. He's the son of this famous stuff called El Mexicano cheeses and stuff like that. I just always find a way to meet people. I don't know why. There's just something about me. Like, look, when I met Alex Jones, he knew who I was because he showed my videos before. I'm not trying to brag. There's something about me. I think it's being in the wheelchair. People think I'm safe, or maybe they feel bad about me because I'm in a wheelchair. So I get to meet all these people. It's just very interesting how I can do it. But so President Trump is reportedly frustrated after she didn't back the administration's stance on Iran and appeared to defend a critic of the war. While he says he has confidence in her, insiders say he often tests the idea. And this was earlier today. So we know different now, which I have a story coming up about it as well. This was actually before 9 a.m. this morning, my time. What's next up on the list? Everyone knows Eddie. Well, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. I appreciate that. So breaking news, FBI officials reached out to members of Congress last week to alert them that a cyber hack classified as a major incident. Fox News is told that China is the culprit and that the breach could pose a threat to national security. Well,
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
We've known this for a while, but my question is, why are we just finding this out now? If it happened last week, why are we just finding out about this? You know? I don't get it. Stop keeping shit from us. Like aliens. Like this alien. You know, I've been going on the alien rush lately and been watching alien shows and doing research on Bob Lazar and all those people. Stop hiding shit from us. You think we can't handle it. Us Americans can handle a lot of shit. Right? All right, more California stuff. Gavin, are you still here? Why are you messing up our state even more? Holy crap. California has reportedly lost at least $180 billion to fraud, says a high-ranking official, and experts confirm. This is a historic scandal, and Gavin Newsom is the face of it. Let's see what's going on here.
Administration totaled at least $180
Fox News always does this.
California Governor Newsom responded to that report, saying it relies on, quote, guesses. Newsom says California has been a leader on combating fraud. Chris
Wait a minute. Incredulous says, how come I've never heard of you, Goofy for Jesus? You haven't heard of Goofy for Jesus? Everybody knows Goofy for Jesus. She's the sweetheart of the group, and she makes sure she gives everybody hugs. She does her internet hugs. What's with all this biased stories against you tonight, Gavin? Well, you know, you're a fraudster, and we don't like you.
Joins us now. Chris, what's your response to Newsom's response?
Yeah, well, you know, Gavin Newsom is definitely becoming associated with the word fraud, but it's not for fighting it, it's for enabling it. And look, even under the most conservative estimates, experts from Harvard, from the Department of Health and Human Services, from LexisNexis Fraud Division have told us that the fraud in California is unprecedented. It represents the largest financial crime in American history.
All right, I decided. Friday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, about 9:05 actually, we're going to have another panel. Graw's going to be there. God Rides a Harley. He's going to be there. Goofy will probably be there. Ronnie, anybody that wants to join us Friday night at 9 p.m. Pacific, come on over to the show. We'll open up the whole... I can have as much as 12 guests on here. We're going to have an open mic night. We're going to have a panel discussing everything and anything Friday night. Put it on your calendars.
And scammers have been stealing billions of dollars per year. Some estimates say as high as $50 or $60 billion a year from the state of California, from federal taxpayers who actually send money to the state. And so, look, this reputation is catching up with the governor. He's going to try to run away from it, but the facts are not on his side.
So what's the most egregious...
wait a minute. We can actually do it earlier because there's no On Patrol Live Friday night. It's a repeat. You know what? We'll do it earlier. How about, I don't know, we'll pick a time. We'll figure out a time.
Example of fraud that you found.
Sure. Well, really, Medi-Cal is the 100-pound fraud within the system. And HHS officials told me that they estimate that the state of California is now losing up to $50 billion a year to fraud. And what I've noticed in the reporting is that it seems like every criminal enterprise from around the world has looked at California as a vulnerability. They're seizing. In our reporting, we show that neo-Nazi prison gangs, Romanian fraud scammers, death row inmates, and foreign fraud gangs have all been ripping off the state of California to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. And we're just looking at the tip of the iceberg.
You know, the buck stops with the governor, clearly, but how many people are dropping the ball on this? Because if it's that easy to steal money, there's got to be a lot of failures along the chain.
Yeah, well, what's happened is that essentially California is operating many of its public programs, in essence, on the honor system. There's very little oversight. During the pandemic, when California was distributing tens of billions...
Let's be real here. We all know, Gavin, and you know this too, Gavin is getting kickbacks from all these programs. He's in the pockets. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's his aunt. Nancy Pelosi's husband went and bought a whole bunch of property off of California for $1. It's this land that nobody uses, and they sell it for like $1, right? So Nancy Pelosi's husband bought a whole bunch of property for $1 and then sold it back a couple months later to California because that's right where the high-speed rail ran through.
Millions of dollars in unemployment insurance. There were only 2 state employees in charge of guarding against fraud for the entire system. And even worse, some of those employees that were in charge of guarding various programs were committing fraud themselves. We've seen this through criminal indictments, and it goes all the way to the top. It's outrageous.
And that's a good place to leave it. Outrageous indeed. Chris.
It's very outrageous. I mean, look, recently we found out that Gavin Newsom had the state of California give a whole bunch of money to his wife's nonprofit. And then we don't know where that money went to. We don't know. Where'd that money go to, Gavin? Can you tell us? Can you tell us? What is your take on Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco, both Republicans running? You know, it's sad to say I haven't done any research on either one yet. And I know I should be doing it soon because we got to vote pretty soon. I have a lot of friends that are for Steve Hilton, and then I have a lot of friends that are for Chad Bianco. And it's so bad that they're infighting. Like, I have people now that don't talk to each anymore because one's pro Steve Hilton and the other one's pro Chad Bianco. It's just insane how bad politics can separate people. It's insane, right? Gross says him and Pam, they like Hilton. I've actually, I've got to start doing a deep dive on both of them. That's what I got to do. That's what I got to do. I got to do a little research on both and make a video about it, and then we can talk about it and discuss it together on this show. How about that? What do you guys think? But some of my most trusted friends are for Steve Hilton. So just that alone kind of already makes me push me towards Steve Hilton because some of my most trusted and thought-thinking friends are pro Steve Hilton. But that doesn't guarantee that's who I'm going to vote for yet. I'm going to have to do some research. What's up, Donnie? What's up, big baby? The monster is here. You guys want your little Donnie camera real quick? Come here, Donnie. Come here, babies. I'm not giving you any more treats. There he is. There he is. There you go. You got a little piece of Donnie. There's your little bit of Donnie for the day. Oh, wait. Now he's coming back. Okay. Oh, babies. Oh, baby boy. Oh. You guys need your little bit of Donnie love? You need your Donnie attention, huh, Donnies? What? I told you, no more treats. You had too many treats today already. You and Panda had way too many treats today. Look at this. Okay. Can I get back? Can I get back to the show? Huh? Can I get back to the show? We're on a Donnie break. We're on a Donnie break. Look at this big guy, huh? Oh, handsome boy. Oh, Donald J. Trump. Huh, Donnie? You Donald J. Trump? Yes, you are. See, I'm Donald J. Trump, the service dog, dude. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Oh, wait. He's taking over the show now. Okay. There he is. Here's your little bit of Donnie love. Oh, dude, the background is taking you out, Donnie. The background's taking you out. Huh? All right, should I give him another treat? Press 1 if I should give him another treat. Press 1 and we'll give him another treat. Then I can get back to the show. Press 1, huh, babies? Yeah. If I get more than 3 1s, I'll give him another treat. I know, I love you, Donnie. Yes. I just got to see 3 1s. Oh, Donnie is the star. Donnie's definitely the star. Yes, he is. All right, there we go. I'm seeing 1s coming up. All right. All right, let's get your big jug of treats here. They come in a bag, but I saved this container so that way it keeps them fresh because I hate sealing the bag. Donnie's a furry, huh? Okay. Hold on. Your sister gets hers first. Panda. Panda bear. There you go. There you go. That's it. like the casino does after the blackjack, right? Only gamblers will know. Only gamblers will know. All right, so the biggest bridge in Iran comes tumbling down, never to be used again. Much more to follow. It is time for Iran to make a deal before it's too late, and there's nothing left of what still could become a great country. Let's see. Let's watch it. Is there any audio to it? No audio. Oh, there you go. You can see it falling down right there. Look at it. You can see it falling down. What do you guys think about this? A lot of people are saying, you know, just because you're affecting the people of the country now. Well, you know what? We got to do what we got to do to clean up that country. We gotta freaking, you know, hit them where it hurts. And unfortunately, you know, just taking out their military bases isn't enough. Because we know damn well that the people in charge over there are hiding out, and they're not hiding on the military bases. They're hiding out somewhere else. So if we got, in order to end this war, I say just bomb the shit out of everything. Thank you, Incredulous. Thank you. Yeah, Donnie. If you don't know, he's Donald J. Trump, the service dog. Actually, you know, let me play this video again from earlier. Let me find it. Let me see if I still have it queued up. Let me see if I can find it again. So we went to a Comic-Con this weekend in Anaheim, California. And we met Charlie Adler, who just fell in love with Donnie. Where is it now? Why can't I find it anymore? Charlie Adler. Here it is. I'll show, it's a long video, so I'll show part of it again. I showed it earlier on the show, and people were like, Eddie, you showed this earlier, but I'm going to show it again, just because it's my baby boy, Donnie. So this is, he's a Charlie Adler. Look, he's a comic, he's he's a voice actor. He was on Futurama, he did Bugs Bunny, all kinds of stuff. So watch this. Watch what this guy does with Donnie. Charlie Adler. Thank you. Would you like to bet him?
I would love to bet him. Are you okay? Are you okay with that? You are so sweet to offer.
Donnie,
you know what?
He loves the attention.
What's his name?
Donnie.
Donnie. Hi, Donnie.
Doesn't that look like one of my best friends from Tulsa, Oklahoma?
He is the most gorgeous. We have an Anatolian Shepherd who is this size.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I thought they were bigger than that.
Well, they are.
He's
well,
a
I just put him on a
bitch.
diet. He was 190 pounds.
Okay, yeah. He's at 150 right now. He's on his diet,
so
too.
another 40 pounds on this
He's
kid.
only 150. He seems bigger. Yeah.
It's because he's fluffy.
Look at this guy, though. He gets on the floor and lays down with Donnie to pet him. He should.
Are you overwhelmed by the people here? I kind of am. Do you want to stay with me today?
You gonna be a comfort dog today?
Oh, I'm telling you. The best people on earth are these people.
Yeah.
The best, right? Could you imagine not having them?
No.
I don't know what life would be without them.
I've always had a dog.
Me too. So, me too. I've had dogs. Often 3.
We gotta lay down with you now.
Oh, yes.
He's gonna lean, watch.
He's already leaning in. I got him. He's a good boy. You knew it.
He'll wake me up in the middle of the night when he cuddles me.
He is absolutely gorgeous. How did you know I needed this?
I see the look, and you know, I let everybody pet him. So
there he goes.
When I was, see, there he goes. Donnie's just hamming it up.
Gorgeous boy. He's got the Humphrey freckles.
Because they are, Ronnie. They are smiling.
He is spectacular. Oh, thank you for your trust. Thank you for this. Thank you so much for this.
This is actually part of his job. When he goes to people, it lets me know that they're safe to be around.
Oh.
Like that.
This is an angel. How old is he?
I'm sorry?
How old is he?
He's 5.
5?
Yeah, he'll be 6 in November.
That's so funny. Ours is 5.
Yeah?
The
Nice.
Anatolian is 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, when I was first training him as a puppy, we went to the Fresno Home Show, and this lady there asked to pet him, and she started crying. So I was like, did I do something wrong? She's like, no, I've had the worst day, and you just made my day. So that's when I decided whoever asked to pet him, they can pet him.
Tell me your name.
I'm Eddie, sir.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
This guy's pretty cool,
This is
right?
the best presents ever. Ever.
We'll tag you on, I'll find you on Instagram or something, we'll tag you on.
Okay.
Because he has his own pages.
Oh, you have your own page? Are you a celebrity?
little bit.
I think he should be. Look at him.
I'm working on doing a coloring book for him.
Oh, are you an artist?
No, sir. No, sir.
You're finding somebody to do it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for somebody. Yeah. So hopefully.
Oh, this dog. He's heaven.
Yeah.
He's heaven.
It's gonna be called Donnie the Service, so that way kids can learn about service dogs. And... But I mean, look at this guy. He's just on the ground with Donnie. We interrupted him. Donnie, all of his fans are gonna be jealous you're getting this much attention.
Well, bring your own Wookiee. What?
Bring your own Wookiee.
I can't hear you.
He said it's bring your own Wookiee.
He's talking about me.
Maybe.
Oh,
are you in love, Donnie? You got a new friend?
Oh, Donnie. What's Donnie's handle on Instagram?
Donnie the Service Dog.
Donnie the Service Dog.
Yeah, with an IE.
Okay.
You guys are I forgot they're bringing stickers in, otherwise I'd give you one of the stickers.
Mars, did you take a good picture?
But I mean, look at this. This guy, for over 5 minutes, he's just laying on the ground, loving on Donnie. Right? Cool, dude. Awesome, dude. I messed up, though. I should have asked for his autograph. Oh, we already did that one. Did I do that one twice? I did that one twice, I guess. But yeah, Donnie is my best friend, and he's best friend to many people. All right, so here's a view from space. The Artemis 2 crew checks in from their spacecraft as they begin their lunar mission. And if you haven't seen it, folks, the flat earthers are going nuts. The flat earthers are doing everything to say that this isn't real.
All right, Amy, welcome on board the Integrity spacecraft. We got, right now, myself and Christina are in seats 1 and 2, getting ready for rendezvous and proxops demonstration. Victor's just finishing up getting out of suits and getting suit drying going, and Jeremy is hard at work in cabin configuration. It was an amazing ride uphill. The views, we've got 2 moon rises that we've had so far, and the views of planet Earth. We've circled it completely, and we forgot how beautiful it is to look down on Earth.
Yeah, we have good separation, good motion. We are ATP go. Copy.
I still say we should just let SpaceX handle all of our space
All right,
missions
Amy, welcome on board.
But it's getting so bad. Watch. Let me. So there was some guy on my X that posted. They're trying to say, here it is. Just learned that the 4 astronauts that are supposed to be on Artemis 2 were hiding in the emergency escape basket at launch. So they're saying they were in this basket, and that's where the astronauts are, because there's no way we've ever gone to space. That's how crazy people are nowadays, right? And so you guys are talking about booty wipes and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. So there's a hand cleaner that as a plumber I used to get. What were they called? You know, let's hand cleaner wipes. Let's see if they're on here. No. But I would pick it up at the plumbing company, right? Maybe it was these ones. But anyways, they could clean anything. And so, you know, working construction, you know, sometimes you go in the blue room, you know, the porta potty out there, and there was no toilet paper. And I had some of those wipes. Oh, tub of towels. I think this is what they were, right? But anyways, no, that's the Harbor Freight version. Must be the big mule wipes. So there was no toilet paper, so I decided to use these as toilet paper one day. Holy shit, did that burn. There's some kind of cleaning solution in there that you definitely do not want your booty hole to touch. Oh, it was awful. It burned like hell for about 2 or 3 minutes. Never again. Never again. Yeah, Goofy always starts the poop discussions, right? All right, so breaking news. President Trump has fired Attorney General Pam Bondi. The firing took place Wednesday night. I don't know what this video is.
I'm talking.
If they're not privileged,
quiet.
Don't yell at me. If they're not
Mr. Chairman, would you stop
privileged,
the clock? This is on your time.
Fuck Dan Goldman. Fuck you, dude. But yeah, she didn't live up to my expectations whatsoever. So I'm glad that she's out. She you know, and we're gonna see what she wrote on her farewell post, and she did not live up to my expectation. She's trying to She's trying to say, "Oh yeah, I got rid of Antifa. You didn't get rid of Antifa, bitch. You didn't bring out the Epstein files like we wanted. There's a lot of shit that you could have done a lot better." Bye, Felicia, says Sharon, right? So alien disclosure odds are skyrocketing after several cryptic statements by Representative Burchett. Let's see. How many times is he going to say dadgummit? Burchett. Let's see what he's saying. Let's see what he's saying. Dadgummit. Let's go. Let's maybe just look. I'm not following him. Surprised I'm not. Let's see. Breaking news sign up here. Actually, let's type in Burchett aliens. Burchett aliens. Dadgummit. Here we go.
You know, kind of how you react to that, because you are connected. You're on the UFO subcommittee. I mean, I'm just wondering what you make of that. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I'm still a member of Congress, so I can't really comment too much on what Matt said. But I will say this.
So wait, seriously? Are you being serious, or is that tongue in cheek?
I'm being 100% serious. Okay. I've been 100% serious. I've been briefed by just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this. If they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up. You'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it. Well, I was briefed. I'll just tell you this. I was briefed last week on an issue, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. And it would have set the earth on. This country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand answers. And we need to. But, you know, it's never going to get, unfortunately, it just keeps getting covered up. And the people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
Wow.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal, and I don't take risks.
I'm glad you said that. I'm speechless, Congressman. We will have you back.
You should be. And I told the president, release it all. And the problem is the people that are around the president don't know and the president doesn't know the questions to ask. A few of us are going to have to get with the president and tell him what he needs to ask and where he needs to look. I mean, you know, we're in meetings and they give addresses and tell locations of items, I'll just say. And the public has a right to know, dadgummit. It's your tax dollars.
There's your dadgummit.
Absolutely.
Let's get it out there.
You got my attention, Congressman. I appreciate you being as forthcoming as you have been tonight, and we look forward to having you back. Look, I know Donald Trump wants to disclose something. He hasn't done it yet, but I think he wants to be the president to do that. Tim Burchett, thank you.
He does.
Dadgummit. Every time he says dadgummit, I love it, right? Hold on, we got to do Graw's favorite one. Do I have it? Where is it? Where's Graw's favorite one? Oh, here you go.
Instant gratification.
Where is Hope? She was here earlier. Is she still around? Anyways, you know what? For anybody out there that doesn't believe that there's aliens, I mean, think about it. There are so many solar systems out there. There's so many planets. There's so many places that we haven't been able to look into because it's so far away and we don't have the technology. Saying that there's no other form of life on another planet somewhere else in the great expanse? Come on. Come on. I guess humans are just that great that there could never ever be another place like Earth. I'm sorry. There's got to be aliens somewhere else out there. And I'll never think differently. I'll never think differently. All right. JD Vance says, our task force isn't wasting any time cracking down on fraud. This morning in LA area, federal law enforcement is taking down fraudsters who stole $50+ million from Americans by defrauding our healthcare systems. So in coordination with Task Force to Eliminate Fraud, federal law enforcement executed several arrests and search warrants in the LA area this morning targeting hospice and healthcare frauds. Hey, Gavin, how much money how much of your cut did you just lose because of this? Do you think you're going to go? Are you worried, Gavin? Are you going to go to jail? Are you worried about getting arrested for your fraud? Just, inquiring minds want to know. I'm asking for a friend, and I'm not suicidal. All right, so Fox News now reports that Lee Zeldin is being considered by President Trump to replace Pam Bondi as Attorney General. Zeldin is the current EPA administrator. He became New York's youngest ever attorney back in 2004. What do you think President Trump's going to do? So this is Lee Zeldin.
We should have a zero tolerance policy, no matter who's in charge of government at any given time, for any waste and abuse whatsoever. And get this, we found in one program, Solar for All, which is a $7 billion program that we have canceled and Congress has rescinded, that the money was going through, at times, 4 pass-throughs. So $1 would go through 4 pass-throughs where each of them were taking at least 15 to 25% cut. So listen, we're going to be honest and fair and good stewards of tax dollars, that zero tolerance policy should be the way, whether it's President Trump in office or his predecessor. Unfortunately, his predecessor, when they had one-party rule in Congress, they were lighting tax dollars on fire left and right to pay off their friends.
Over there in YouTube land?
We should have a zero tolerance policy.
Val is over there in YouTube land. How you doing, Val? I have a very few people watching on YouTube, but I still keep it up anyways. We do it because we got friends everywhere. All right, Dr. Oz just revealed that half of the 1,800 Los Angeles hospice centers in LA are likely fraudulent. 221 fraud hospices have already been taken out of order. 221. Dr. Oz made the announcement after the feds carried out a blockbuster fraud raid in Gavin Newsom's California. Lock him up. Let's see what he's saying here.
We believe half of them are fraudulent. Half of the 1,800 hospices should not be in business if we are able to identify the red flags. And that's what we're basing these numbers on. These are not random assumptions. World experts at CMS say if you've got 100% or near survival, certainly if you've got a survival over 50% for a population that's supposed to have passed in 6
Okay, hold on. You guys keep talking about TP and stuff. Hold on. Let's do it. We gotta do a Beavis. I should have this set up. I should have this set up already. I'm gonna download one of these and we'll do it right here.
You can take me, but you can. Where is my damn TP? I need my TP.
What the heck? Okay, that was just somebody being stupid.
You can take me, but you cannot take.
What the heck? They're not all playing right. Here we go. We'll do this one.
Excuse me, young brother. May we ask you a question?
Are you threatening me? My bunghole will ask the questions. Why do I not use TP for my pee-pee?
The beloved always did like riddles.
You will beloved my bunghole. For I am the great cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Oh my gosh. And they have brought Beavis and Butthead back. I watched the new seasons. They're pretty good.
A problem. If you're clustered in the same buildings as other crooks, if you're sharing employee numbers and license
who's threatening
numbers,
Gavin with
if
the
you've
good
got
time?
a small number of people, less than 50 members, you do that because you can hide what's really going on when they're small because you don't have reporting obligations. J1 visa holders, there are lots of things going on in California that just are not rational, and we're going to take them out. These defendants that you heard about, there were 7 hospices. I'm going to pat them on the back. The entire first 4 years of really looking at this issue since 2021, when the report came out from the Auditor General here in California, the entire first 4 years, there were 4 hospices.
And he's conservative. The creator's conservative.
7 of them were, criminal charges today. So you see a dramatic and appropriate shift. There are other people involved that the U.S. Attorney is going after. Farida Javarian, probably read about last night, was had her billing privileges revoked by CMS. Yesterday, she had generated $127 million.
Oh, I remember that episode.
And for some reason, although everyone knew that there was a problem there, her 113 agencies that she worked with, 113 agencies, one doctor was working with, had built up the last 3 years $127 million.
So there's no Dome After Dark tonight to raid?
Suspend payments to stop money from
We're going to find somebody else to raid.
That's our goal. We're going to review every single hospice in California.
Good.
To make sure that they're all appropriate, and we hope to do that expeditiously. We'll do it this year. And I'm going to make an announcement today, because I want to throw the gauntlet down for Governor Newsom.
We got, think about this. With all the fraud that's going on in this country, just between Minnesota and California alone, we're hearing it's upwards of $60-70 billion. Think about that. If we could get rid of 90% of the fraud in this country, We could tear down that $36 trillion debt quick. But no, the politicians won't do it because the politicians are the ones getting the kickbacks, folks. So Todd Blanche says, Pam Bondi led this department with strength and conviction. Yeah, right. If these guys are just, blowing smoke up her ass right now. Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my attorney general over the past year. Well, she didn't do that great of a job. Not that great of a job. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown on crime across our country, with murders plummeting to their lowest rate since 1900. We love Pam. No, I don't think Pam did. Pam didn't do a good job. Okay, tomorrow night the Dome is on. Okay, it's the Dome After Dark tomorrow night. We're also going to have a panel tomorrow night, so we're going to be competing with each other. But maybe we'll go back and forth. Oh, that was the one I just showed. Pam Bondi had some spunk in her, and she did some good things, but she did not keep up my expectations of her. All right, President Trump just trolled Jasmine Crockett with this post. Davy Crockett, obviously a distant relative of Jasmine Crockett and a very high IQ frontiersman, would be proud of the legacy that he began long ago, and especially Jasmine's great success as a politician from the great state of Texas. Cue the ghetto meltdown. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, we're going to get in trouble. We're still on YouTube. Oh, man. So who do you think is going to be next? I mean, we had AOC to make fun of. Then it became Jazzy Crockett. Who's going to be the next person we make fun of? Who's going to be the next Democrat we make fun of? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right, so the Artemis II pilot, Victor Glover, gives the perfect response to a leftist reporter asking about his skin color. Let's see what happened here.
It is a big question, and I want to highlight, I guess, maybe one facet of this is the tension, I call it. I live in this, this dichotomy between happiness that a young woman can look at Christina and just physicalize her passion or her interest, or even if it's not something she wants to do, she can just be like girl power, and that's awesome. And that young brown boys and girls can look at me and go, hey, he looks like me and he's doing what? And that's great. I love that. But I also hope we are pushing the other direction, that one day we don't have to talk about these first, that one day this is just, and I listen to this, that this is the human history. It's about human history. It's the story of humanity, not black history, not women's history, but that it becomes human history.
I hate it when scammers come in here. Oh, check out. Okay, you know what? In fact, let's do it. Let's see this person's page. Let's see who this person is that I just blocked. Hold on. They got 395 followers. Don't just come in, hey, streamer. Don't give me your, don't come up and it looks like they're just a normal person. They have, 395 followers. But little advice, bro. You want to come up on my show and do that. Don't say, hey, streamer. Don't just do a copy and paste shit, because that's all you're doing. Say, hey, what's up, guys? How's it join the conversation for a little bit. Talk to us. Show some attention. Give me a thumbs up or a like or something like that, right? Join the conversation. Just don't come in here and say, hey, you should follow, you follow my show. Give me a thumbs up and a like and stuff, and hey, streamer. Yeah, I banned him already, Ronnie. I banned him. I just, it's bullshit, folks. And me, I share everybody. I promote everybody's channel. You come in here, you tell me you got a channel, and you're talking to us, I'll promote you. Because that's what we do. We take care of each other. But when you just come in there begging like that, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. We don't play that game here at Eddie Block Films. Right? Speaking of, hold on, let me see if I still got something on my, let me look at something here real quick. Let me see if I got it on here. I took a picture the other day. Let me see if it's still on here. Do I have it? Okay, yeah, I do. So look at this picture here real quick, guys. This was from December of 2021. I had actually gotten Saturday, December 26th. This was 2020 from 2020 before January 6th. My YouTube channel is still up, but they don't let me log in anymore. I don't get any of the money, right? But this was before January 6th. I only had a little under 8,000 subscribers that day. And after January 6th, I think I jumped up to like 26,000, something like that. But look, even back then, I had 2.6 million minutes of watch time in just 28 days. 28 days, I had 2.6 million watch time and 368,000 views in one month, in 28 days. And fuck YouTube, because look at me now. I'm on Rumble now, and I have, 400 followers? But I don't care. The people that I have right now, you guys are cool. I have great people. So I'd rather be small again. You know, when I was bigger, it sucked. It sucked. You got a whole bunch of trolls coming in and stuff like that. You know, but that's why I'm the real deal Eddie Block Films. All right, here we go. So good news. Hyundai has just announced it will now invest $26 billion in the United States over the next 2 years, creating 25,000 new direct jobs. More than 80% of Hyundai vehicles sold in America will be made in America again, and that's due to Trump's tariffs. Tell me his tariffs aren't working.
We've invested well
Good night,
over
Ronnie.
$20 billion here since 1986
Good night, bud.
to make this possible. We are doubling down, expanding our expectations and our operations, and bringing more products to the U.S. That's why we are investing an additional $26 billion here through 2028. This will create 25,000 new direct jobs on top of the 500.
And good night, Ronnie. And guys, don't forget to check out Dome After Dark. Ronnie runs it. They play video games. Him and Sharon. They joke around. It's a fun show to watch. So.
And 70,000 jobs that Hyundai Motor Group currently supports here. Later this year, we'll begin building a brand new state-of-the-art low-carbon steel mill in Louisiana. We've also announced plans for new robotics facilities. Plus, we are expanding U.S. vehicle production. 80% of the models sold here will be produced here by 2030. We've invested.
Nice. All thanks to tariffs. Right? It's about time we start doing this. We make so many other countries money, it's not even funny. All right, the FBI agents arrested 8 people today tied to 9 healthcare fraud cases in California and Idaho. All right, let's watch them getting themselves arrested. Oh, there's no audio? Yeah, there's no audio. Why is there no audio? I hate it when there's no audio. You gotta have audio to make it more interesting. Any audio here at all? Nope. Oh, look, he's pissed. He's pissed. He looks, he definitely doesn't look, like a white dude. She looks like she might be white. I don't know. But women can change their hair color. Good, I'm glad. Get rid of the fraud. Our country would be so much better without all the fraud that we got going on. Goofy, you don't remember... Goofy, I remember meeting Eddie. I can't even remember meeting Eddie. Think I was a stranger begging him to spend a night at his house. Yeah, I've actually spent a couple of nights at Goofy's house now. Goofy's a good friend of mine. All right, breaking news. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has just asked Army Chief of Staff General Randy George to retire and step down from his position after losing trust and confidence in him. Another shakeup. I guess he is not doing so well in with the war that we're having right now, and maybe that's why. He's also a Biden hire. From what I understand, he's a Biden hire. So, that might explain some stuff. And I guess I shouldn't say hire because he was in the military before that. Okay, so look at this. This was in 1993. This is Senator Harry Reid filed to abolish birthright citizenship for illegal aliens back in 1993. Now Democrats act like this is unprecedented when President Trump wants it. No sane country would do this. Why would we reward them with citizenship? Let's see what they're saying back in 1993.
If making it easy to be an illegal alien isn't enough, how about offering a reward for being an illegal immigrant? No sane country would do that.
Oh, they named the airport
right?
after him.
Guess again. If you break our laws by entering this country without permission and give birth to a child, we reward that child with U.S. citizenship and guarantee of full access to all public and social services this society provides. And that's a lot of services. Is it any wonder that two-thirds of the babies born at taxpayer expense at county-run hospitals in Los Angeles are born to illegal alien mothers? Just when the American people think nothing can be more absurd than the way we deal, or rather don't deal with illegal immigration, they discover that we have a political asylum system that would qualify us for Senator Proxmire's Golden Fleece Award 1,000 times over. I don't know why he didn't make this award. He should have.
Right? Democrats were complaining about it in 1993, but yet now, oh my gosh, because it's President Trump. It's President Trump. All bad. Like President Trump says, I could cure cancer, and they'd be mad at me. All right, so this is what Attorney General Pam Bondi said after she was fired. Over the next month, I will be working tirelessly to transition to the office of Attorney General to the amazing Todd Blanche before moving to an important private sector role I am thrilled about, and where I will continue fighting for President Trump and this administration. Leading President Trump's historic and highly successful efforts to make America safer and more secure has been the honor of a lifetime and easily the most consequential first year of the Department of Justice in American history. I don't know about that. Where's the Epstein files? Why haven't any Democrats been arrested? Why haven't any Epstein people been arrested? Yeah, you're not on a great streak for me. Since February 2025, we have secured the lowest murder rate in 125 years. Yeah, oh yeah, the Attorney General had everything to do with that, right? Secured first ever terrorism convictions against member of Antifa. Okay, so I thought she said she took down Antifa. Okay, that's okay. Shattered domestic and transnational gangs across the country. Not really. Taken custody of more than 90 key cartel figures and won 24 favorable rulings at the Supreme Court. I remain eternally grateful for the trust that President Trump placed on me to make America safe again. Yeah, I still don't... Nope, you're still not good enough for me. You didn't do what I wanted. You didn't do what I expected. So, yeah, I'm not satisfied with... I mean, you did some good things, yes. But you weren't great. You weren't great at all. All right, corruption, $15 billion, 16 years, no train. Newsom's LA to San Francisco high-speed rail is now a $33 billion Bakersfield to Merced project due nobody knows when. This is what Democrats do with their tax dollars at every single time. Yeah, this thing, it's not even running, folks. $33 billion plus. It's not even running. It's a joke. You go, there's two places in Fresno where you can see it, and it just stops. All they're doing is getting tags on them. It's, you know, it's insane. Just sad. You know, it gave a lot of people work, yes, but a lot of the money went to people that don't deserve it. All right, here we go. This is where Tiger Woods says he was on the phone with President Trump. Let's hear this.
Mr. Woods. Get you to hang out down here with us, please.
Thank you so much. All right, you got it. All right, thank you. Bye. Say again?
Just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president. Trying to get away from everything.
Was he trying to get... What do you guys think? Was he trying to get the president to hook him up? I know he's related to the president now by marriage, but do you think he was trying to get the president to, hey, I've been doing some, I took too many hydrocodones while I was playing golf, President, and I hit a car. What do you guys think? How did that conversation go? But let's be real. If somebody walked up to me and like, hey, you need to get off the phone, I'm like, hey, I'd be happy to say, hey, I'm on the president with President Trump. I'd be happy to say that I was on the phone with him. Never been on the phone with him. I have been there when somebody texted him a picture of Donald J. Trump, the service dog, which is my dog. I have been around that, but all right, physical oil. So here's how they're scaring you, right? So people are saying, you know, oil is right now at $110 a barrel. But today you've seen a lot of them saying, well, it's actually $140 a barrel to scare us more. Well, there's a difference. So Brent oil is different from the $110 that they're talking about. So it says physical oil dated Brent just spiked above $140 a barrel, the highest since 2008, while futures are still hanging around $108. That's one of the widest gaps ever between real barrels you can load on a ship today and paper contracts for later. The Strait of Hormuz, 20% of global oil, has been heavily disrupted for weeks. And if they're only 20%, why are they messing with us so much? Why is it affecting us so much? I don't know enough about this to talk about it, but it's just, yeah. Okay, so Iran put a toll booth, right? Iran's put a toll booth saying people can't go through the Strait of Hormuz, right? So someone just found a way around Iran's toll booth. 3 tankers loaded with Saudi and Emirati crude and LNG, which is natural gas, exited the Persian Gulf today through an unconventional route, hugging Orman's Muzandam coastline, completely bypassing Iran's checkpoint between Larak and the Kezem items. Satellite imagery confirmed it. No spoofing, real ships, real cargo, real breakthrough. These are the first fully insured sanctions-compliant supertankers to leave the Gulf since the war started on February 28th. 4 million barrels of crude oil on 2 ships alone. The route tells the whole story. Oman, which has quietly maintained relationship with both Iran and the West throughout the war, appears to have brokered a safe passage corridor through its own territorial waters. Iran either agreed to let this happen or just couldn't stop it. If this corridor holds, why can't I talk today? It changes the entire economic calculus of the war. Gulf states can start moving oil again without paying Iran's toll or waiting for a UN resolution. The chokehold that gave Tehran its strongest leverage starts loosening without a single shot being fired. 3 ships is a trickle. Normal traffic is 75 to 85 tankers a day, but every flood starts with a trickle and energy markets. So let's look at these pictures here. Let's see what we can see. It doesn't really show much to be understanding. So I guess they're sticking right here to this. So they're sticking right here to this coastline and going by. I wonder what the distance is from here to here. Does anybody know what the distance is from here to there in the Strait of Hormuz? Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's hope, because I'm sick and tired of paying these outrageous prices for diesel. Hell, I paid $7.24 a gallon down in LA over the weekend, and I wasn't happy about it. Actually, it was at Grand Tejon. It was at Grand Tejon where I paid that money. So President Trump has just slapped a whopping 100% tariff on big pharma drugs who refuse to give Americans lower, most favorable prices. So good. Fuck
Starting next year, American drug prices will come down fast and furious, and will soon be among the lowest in the developed world. So in other words, whatever the lowest price for a certain drug, of which these companies make much of it, whatever the lowest price is, that price will come down to that price. So we will get the lowest price anywhere in the world. If they're lower in England than they are in Germany, we take the England price. As of today, 14 out of 17 largest pharmaceutical companies have now agreed. 14 out of 17. Oh, those 3 companies, they're in deep trouble.
I wonder what 3 companies are talking about.
But actually, they've agreed, because I think those 3 companies are coming in at a different time next week. So they've agreed. Johnson & Johnson is one of them, right?
After the holidays.
Why? They couldn't do it faster?
No, we're going to be talking about Trump RX.
Oh, okay. Trump RX. Trump RX is doing well. As of today, 14 out of the 17 largest pharmaceutical companies, but they've all agreed, have now agreed to drastically lower drug prices for their American patients.
You know, and most of these drugs, they provide so many side effects to us that you got to get more drugs on top of it to get rid of those side effects, but then give you more side effects, then you got to take other drugs to get rid of those side effects. It's just insane how many side effects these drugs have and how many more drugs. And I think it's on purpose. What do you guys think? And by the way, if you're still here and you haven't hit that like button or thumbs up button and follow the channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that for us. I'd appreciate it. I really would. We don't ask for much around here. All right, so now President Trump has rejected a proposal to remove Tulsi Gabbard. So earlier in the day, they were saying he was going to get rid of her, but watch this.
We have a lot of great candidates for this.
Do you still have confidence in Tulsi Gabbard, sir?
Yeah, sure I do. Sure. I mean, she's a little bit different in her thought process than me, but that doesn't make somebody not available to serve.
Is she on the same page
I
as
would
you?
say that I'm very strong on the fact that I don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Because if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it immediately. I think she's probably a little bit softer on that issue, but that's okay. Some people are. Most people aren't. Most people are saying thank you very much for doing what you did. They are decimated
Goofy
right
is
now.
definitely tall.
They're going to give up nuclear weapons. They're going to give us the nuclear dust. They're going to do everything that we want to do. And you know what? They're going to go on and maybe have a great country again. But if they don't do that, they're not going to have a country. They're not even going to have a country. So she's softer on that issue, but I have other people, not too many. That's an issue that we've had great support. You saw the CNN poll where Trump with MAGA, and I think MAGA is most of the Republican Party, is 100% approval. In fact, the young gentleman that does the poll was very good, actually, because he's honest.
You know, I got to
He
get
said,
that book.
never
I've always
seen
wanted to read
100%
The Art of the
before.
Deal.
I'm 100% in the CNN poll, which just came out.
All right, guys. So I got 4 more news stories left, and then I'm going to go cook dinner, and then I'm going to come back, let's say probably close to 9 o'clock. While I work on my videos for tomorrow, we're going to do 90s. We're going to do 90s music tonight. What 90s music tonight are we going to do? We're going to do alternative 90s music tonight. We're going to play some alternative 90s music, and I got the new thing set up, so if you donate $5, you can skip a song. And if you want to request a song, it's going to be $5. We're going to turn Eddie Block Films into at least paying for my internet and my computers and stuff like that. I got to start, you know, evening out. I make a little bit of money on this channel, but the more the merrier, right? All right, here we go. IRGC claimed it shot down a fighter jet without video to prove it. CENTCOM responds all U.S. fighter jets are accounted for. The propaganda war continues alongside the real one. Both sides know the camera and headlines matter as much as missiles. And I say that all the time. I want proof when you're telling me this stuff. But here's another thing, though. How do we know that the government isn't lying? The government lies to us all the time. Look at aliens. How do we know they're not lying to us? That all planes have been back. They could easily lie to us, right? All right. Thank you, JJ. Thanks for showing up again. We appreciate you. Have a great night, buddy. Thank you for your service. Thank you all veterans for your service, by the way, especially Goofy for Jesus. All right, let's see what Jesse Waters is doing here.
All right, but they have so many days. I brought it. Transgender Day of Remembrance, Transgender Day of Visibility, Transgender Awareness Week. They've got a whole week.
Yeah.
International Pronouns Day, Non-Binary Peoples Day, Intersex Awareness Day. I could go on and on. The reason they're so visible is because they're in our bathrooms and in our sports, and they changed the English language when we didn't even need it changed. That's why. No other minority group does this. The alcoholics are probably like, hey, could I get a little attention over here? There's only one Veterans Day, but they have like 16 days in the calendar.
There's more days than trans.
Yes. They're less than 1% of the population, and all I see is trans everything. Isn't the trans thing over, though? I heard it was over.
Pretty much.
It's like a trend, right? It's over. We're not doing that anymore.
It's
We're doing
waning
something
a little
else.
bit, at
It's
least
waning.
with the kids.
JB is boring. It's not that he's being inauthentic. No, that's authentic. He's
JB
boring.
Pritzker.
Walking is the only thing interesting about JB. If he played golf or fished or sailed, that would be interesting.
Sailed?
You know, John Quincy Adams swam naked in the Potomac every morning for exercise.
What?
That's the kind of thing you want in a politician. You don't want a politician bragging about walking. You want one skinny dipping.
I don't know about that. Except for Lauren Boebert, Anna Paulina Luna, AOC, I'd watch her skinny dip. Who else? I think that's about it. All right, so the White House now denies that Pam Bondi was fired over allegations of tipping off Eric Swalwell, according to the New York Post. The statement comes after Senator Semaphore and the Daily Mail claimed Bondi had allegedly tipped off Eric Swalwell about plans to release files relating to his alleged relationship with a Chinese spy. Let's see what they're saying here.
Bondi is the second cabinet-level official to be eased out of her role by President Trump. He didn't say she was
Western
fired,
time.
but sources tell
Western
CBS
time.
News he was not happy with her handling of the Epstein file.
Yep, Western time incredulous. And also, yes, Google Dice will definitely be on their slide. Oh, all kinds
And with
of good
the
ones.
failed attempts to indict his enemies. Pam Bondi was at President Trump's side just yesterday, joining him at a Supreme Court hearing. By noon today, she was out, with Trump writing,
heard it
"We
happened
love
last night."
Pam," but that she will be transitioning to an important new job in the private sector. So help me God. Bondi is a former Florida attorney general who served on Trump's impeachment team in 2019 and championed his false claims of voter fraud in 2020.
Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's been fantastic. I don't know, is Pam here someplace? Oh, hello, Pam.
As U.S. AG, Bondi was known for her blunt attacks on Trump's critics.
You don't tell me. Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
Lawyer,
not even a lawyer. Jamie Raskin.
She even hung a huge Trump banner outside Justice headquarters, tearing down the traditional walls between DOJ and the commander-in-chief. She was a real Trump loyalist.
She was as loyal as they come.
Tom Dupree is a former deputy assistant attorney general.
I think President Trump felt she didn't have her foot on the accelerator. He wanted to see the folks he perceived as his enemies prosecuted. She wasn't delivering on that.
It wasn't for lack of trying. We have filed charges against Letitia James. Bondi's DOJ went after former FBI Director James Comey and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. But the cases quickly fell apart over a lack of evidence.
Nothing in American history comes close to this complete corruption of the justice function and contamination.
Oh, now he's rhyming. So here's actually my playlist, just part of it. I have what do I have? Like 180 some odd songs on it. Like Weezer, Say It Ain't So is on here. No Doubt, Blues Traveler, Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Green Day, STP, Incubus Drive, Self Esteem from Offspring, Collective Soul. You know, we got quite a. Why did I say there's only 38 songs on there? There should be more than that. What the heck? I know I got more songs than that on there playlist. Maybe I got to add some more. Maybe we're gonna have to go through and add more. Where's my 90s playlist? So we got how many songs? Oh, it says there's only 35 songs on there. Eve, Inside Out. I'm gonna collect this. I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch more. But we got Oasis, Wonderwall, Alanis Morissette because Hope wanted it. Goo Goo Dolls, Slide. Natalie Imbruglia. Oh my gosh, she is so amazingly hot. All right, so I got one last video to play for you before I go cook my dinner and feed the dogs and do all the other good stuff. So here we go. The last video. This is an actual video of, I haven't seen it yet, but it says a woman attacks a stranger who offered to pay her food. What the hell? Let's see this. It's a 4-minute long video.
She was $2 short on her EBT, so she was holding up the line because she didn't have the money. So he offered to pay for it to move along. She took offense to it, saying that she was broke. So she started going off. They came out here, and then somehow she grabbed the bat, and then she grabs pepper spray and tries to pepper spray him, but it goes back in her face.
What started as a simple act of
I don't have
kindness
Celine on
quickly
that list.
escalated into chaos
Bitty
inside a
bitty
Family Dollar
bomba.
store. A man
Bitty
just trying to
bitty
help
bitty bomba.
offered to cover a few extra dollars for a woman at the register. But instead of gratitude, he got anger, and things took a shocking turn. The woman stormed out, only to return moments later with a baseball bat, ready to attack the very person who tried to help her.
I didn't call the cops. I was about to walk home, and I seen y'all so right
He's got a ramen shirt. Dude has a ramen shirt on.
He lied. So come on, be 100.
Right. No, I told him check the cameras.
Well, we gonna be real. We gonna be real. You didn't hear me.
There's 3 sides. My side, your side, and the truth.
Let's be real. Just be real.
What's
I'm not
up,
gonna press charges on you. I'm gonna let
Josh?
it go. I'm gonna let it go.
You might as well do what you gotta do. I was defending myself.
I'm gonna let it go. No, you didn't.
Go
No,
check
you
out
didn't.
Faith, Family, and Politics. They have a great channel.
I will press charges.
Revolver Broadcasting.
I'll press charges on you. Yeah. That's what they hit me with. That's why I got these eggs on my head.
He said that he offered to buy the stuff inside. She got upset. They started to come outside. They started to chase him around with a bat. She sprayed him.
You had that shirt once upon a time?
That's why he fought back.
There's a camera right there, man. I wish you all would.
Because she thought he was calling her broke. And so
I
she
never
caught
said that. You
attitude.
can ask the cashier.
I know, you offered to pay.
You
That's
can
what they
ask the
said.
cashier. You talk to her.
He
Are
offered
they
to
leaving?
pay. She took.
Never believe a
She was
hoe with a
$2
face
short on her
type for 100
EBT,
gin.
So she was holding up the line because she didn't have the money. So he offered to pay for it to move it along.
Yeah.
She took offense to it, saying that she was broke. So she started going off. They came out here, and then she grabbed the bat, and then she grabs pepper spray and tries to pepper spray him, but it goes back in her face.
And that's why she has milk on her face.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at that, you trying?
And then he gets hit with the bat before.
Okay, what's the old saying? What is the old saying? You know, no good deed goes unpunished, right? This is it right here.
3 times.
Yeah.
Right inside of that camera. And after I got pepper sprayed.
Someone went outside
for nothing. Yeah, the lady.
Let me see your head, man.
Interesting.
Where were you here exactly? Like here. I don't know. On the top, not in the face. You sprayed me in the face. Sorry, I'm trying to. No, you're good.
Hey, you got to set up Streamlabs with talk
I've
to
never
speech.
had everybody always been grateful when I try to bless them. You mind just taking your sunglasses off for a second so I can get a picture? You gotta look up at me. I know it's tough. Come on.
What, did she get him in the eye?
Put your head down. Stay still. I know it's hard. I know. Put your head back up. And make sure it's focused. You gotta just keep your head still. God damn, dude.
Is he crying or did she just get him in the eye?
You got any other ones?
Yeah, and then I got like 2 times in the back of my head.
Where?
But you probably can't see it. No, because it's weird.
Oh, you probably can't see it. I got hit in the
Sorry,
head,
let me
but
see if I
you probably can't see it. Yeah, sure.
Can you get my kids my phone and money?
Hey, just try to push your arms back a little bit.
Yeah, thank all the veterans. Thank you guys. We love veterans in this channel.
This side, Cologne.
I can't.
Get your legs.
I can't.
You push back.
If you like videos like this, by the way, you can go to my other channel, Chase and Cuffs, where I actually have those. I show videos like this all the time. I do court videos and I do court videos and we do police videos. And this is the link to it. If you guys want to join, follow my other channel on Rumble. Chase and Cuffs, there it is. So, all right, guys, time to get going. We're going to come back here. I'll be back in within half an hour. We're going to have some music. We're going to play 80s or 90s alternative tonight. And also, so Revolver, you're saying you're doing that dancing stuff to make money. So I just started, I opened up my Streamlabs. And now when we're playing music, if you want to skip the song, it's like $5. We'll skip a song. If you want to recommend the song, it's $5. Goofy's got a couple of free ones today because she donated some money today. And but I have this tipping thing through Streamlabs, so watch it. I got text-to-speech now.
This is a test donation for $19.
So you get, if you text-to-speech to show up on this show, is $20 minimum. I got it from the Whatever podcast. They charge $200, right? So anyways, thank you everybody for being here. I totally appreciate it. Thank you to Rotella Streams for rating us. That was awesome of you. Now we got to raid somebody ourselves. So let's see who we can raid. because we're going to be back here later on doing some music. So let's go to my feed. Let's see who's live, so we can go ahead and raid them. Cool Frog, no. Logical Raven, we did him last night. Lindy, do we want to do Lindy? Who else is live? They're playing video games. The Dirt Report with Claude. I don't know who that is. This is just a music channel. We did Logical last night. Should we do Lindy tonight? Let's do Lindy tonight. So we're going to raid them tonight. Lindy is cool? Okay, we're going to raid Lindy. We're going to raid Lindy. All right, guys, come back in half an hour for some alternative music. Go check out Revolver Broadcasting, Faith, Family, and Politics, Mr. Rotella, and who else? Oh, whoops, hold on. My bad. You guys aren't even seeing what I'm doing. You guys weren't even looking. I forgot I was on this screen. So let's rate them. Here we go, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for your service, and we love you here at Eddie Block Films. Confirm raid. Congrats, Mike. I remember that game. All right, guys. Good night, y'all.